good music?
Oh yes, all of this.
So this spot for me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you guys look at this art.
Did I not
I've
notice?
noticed this Game of Thrones by that.
What's wrong with that?
What? The music. Oh
Ooh,
yes,
that one.
my queen.
Heart of Darkness.
Jackson vibes. So, ladies and gentlemen,
We'll find something a little more generic.
Oh crap! Copyright strikes.
Don't just want sinister vibes the whole session.
semester vibes?
Sinister.
Sinister.
Okay.
There's not an M in that word.
I got semester vibes from that song.
Oh no! Okay.
Suddenly, everyone gets transported to college.
No, the pain of my
Who has the intelligence score for it?
Not me.
My brain cells are on vacation.
I dumped intelligence.
As a wizard.
Yes. That's the plan.
That's a mood.
This is it. You can't dump intelligence in multi-class wizard.
You can't. It's true.
It does not compute.
You dumped my intelligence.
Just like you can hear like the dial tone ring. Just down, 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 error 404.
Okay,
Braden not found.
so. Never mind, I'll play you later.
Wait, so is she not discording in?
No.
I contact her on the Discord and I'm getting nothing currently,
It's
so...
because her family had plans for the entirety of today.
Oh,
Yeah.
That would make
family.
sense.
This is our family.
Oh my.
We made
What?
a blood pact.
Plans? Who
I have
actually has
concerns already,
things
but
to
did
do
I
on
make this blood
Saturday?
pact?
Yes, we made the blood pact.
Was that the time I wasn't here?
While you were sleeping.
I mean, Braden does know where I sleep, so.
I own mini soul. Now welcome.
To be fair, you never would have been able to get that because I was a ginger, so I never had a sleep practice.
You're a ginger? You're like blonde.
I was born with red hair.
Dude, I was born completely bald, but I had like sick eyebrows.
Yo.
You're bald
We
and
all
tired.
born bald?
No, some babies are born with hair.
My brother was born with so much hair.
And that generally tends to lead to indigestion when you're pregnant, apparently.
Wait, what?
If the baby you have has hair when they come out, you tend to get an indigestion during pregnancy.
Babies are the worst.
I mean,
We've already had this discussion.
Foul creature.
Aren't you the foul queen, though?
I am. But only with birds. And well.
I'm sorry, that was too easy.
Has the baby done you wrong? Okay.
I mean, you're the youngest in the room.
I amish? I amish.
You're the oldest and youngest.
I am of the
And middle child.
I don't know if it could be considered middle if there was no.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Okay, I am everything. All at once.
I am everything.
I am the oldest.
So we can address the world sandwich.
Which one? What? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
oh yeah. No,
So,
we're not gonna address that.
did I miss something?
Not particularly. Something about dimensional rules, but
Oh, hey, we're being filmed.
that is the
Yeah.
usual.
That's fun.
So,
Universe is a crowded time.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to D&D. Last we left off, we had stowed away on the ship of the Scoundrel of 7th Sea.
Did we stow away?
One of us
Kinda
did.
just
Oh, okay, that's
Cashel.
true. Cashel did.
Cashel stowed away on the ship. Everyone else bargained and bargained their way.
Bargain through nukes.
No, bargain with Nuke. That's a lot of bargaining power. And we arrived at the heart of Exalted Order, the very center of the dimension, and supposedly the place where the goddess sleeps.
Oh, that's good.
I thought she was
dead.
dead.
Is she dead or is she asleep?
Guys,
Because those
Yes.
are very
It's
different.
poetic wording.
orphans again. Well, I am.
I don't even
You
know.
have a really big family, actually.
Oh, nice. But where's mom?
Okay. Following Fabian cussing out the sun, the moon, the goddess, and everything in between,
Amen.
Coltan arrived on the ship attuned to order.
Turn it down a little.
Sorry, I'm having major issues over here.
Oh, emotional.
Are you okay?
Yes.
Both. No.
Me.
What's up?
If I start blaring like Eye of the Tiger, you'll know what's
Oh
up.
no.
Copyright music.
No, I won't. So, through a little bit of experimentation and a little bit more warning, it was discovered that the ancient defense systems and the spell put in place by Mother are still active, summoning the darkest, most unworthy aspects of each and every one of you to keep you out of the place.
Hey, I'm
Well,
feeling pretty good. My
Most
darkest aspect is literally Spider-Man.
Yes. Man spider.
This is where we
Spider.
begin. What would the party like to do?
By the way, I need to roll for this season, by the way.
You should do that.
My feeling is we should get the God Squad to go in and check things out.
You guys just stay here? Okay.
Yeah?
Have fun with Fabian. Unless you come with
I
us.
will.
Can't you come with us?
Huh?
Can Bobby come with us? He doesn't have a guardian.
He doesn't have a guardian.
These aren't the guardians.
Here's your pendulums.
I wish I actually knew what I did.
It starts at spring with 1 and goes around.
Mm.
So 1 is spring, 2 is summer, 3 is fall, 4 is winter.
Okay, it could be either summer or winter.
Ah, yes, the juxtaposition.
Be winter again.
That was summer last time.
Up to you.
Yeah, I'll go winter.
Okay. He said a thing.
I did say a thing.
So,
Would you mind repeating the thing so people can
Oh.
reply to the thing?
Right, so I think the God Squad should go in and go check things out.
I'm not opposed. Are you down for it?
Fabian. I'll lead the way.
That's a terrible idea.
I've been
You
here.
couldn't lead your own way out of a plastic bag.
She couldn't
Do we have plastic?
We don't have a paper bag. A wet paper bag.
Oh no.
Should we take Aiden with us?
Probably.
Eating flitters down.
That's great.
Hello.
But then, so actually, before you go, make out a few gifts.
I think
Yeah.
it's pronounced GIFs.
Are you feeling alright?
Sugar salt.
The last coherent memories I have were Thursday.
How many hours do you have asleep totaled under your belt right now?
Or,
Better than I
That makes
thought.
total sense.
yeah.
Okay. So he pulls out this big Santa bag, and like just drops it on the ground. Well, actually, we'll be like, he pulls out a bag of holding, and like flips it open. Who's first?
I would just like to go up to it and peek into it and be like, oh yes.
So
many rocks.
I don't suppose we have like a portable.
they're not actually. They're
There
rocks.
should be rocks in
There's
it.
a lot of pointy and shiny things that.
That'll do.
Any volunteers?
I'll do it.
And he like pulls the edges of it a little bit. He tosses you a helmet, and then he tosses you a breastplate, and then he tosses you a gauntlet, and then the other gauntlet, in rapid succession until there is an entire suit of armor lying at your feet.
Cool.
Yeah.
I can build a person now.
I mean, armor isn't
Build a
light.
person. Build a knight.
Build a night workshop. And then he pulls out this really, really big belt. But like when he drops it on the ground, the entire book shakes.
Keep your pants up.
Buckle your pants. Buckle your
So,
pants.
you've just become the owner of Adamantine Armor. So, +1 to AC, and nobody gets critical hits on you. And if you attune the belt, you get 23 strength.
And
I
it
would
would be,
like to attune the belt.
so it would be plate mail.
Hmm?
It'd be plate armor then.
Yeah.
Technically.
Who's next? He's considering it. He's like, can I steal this?
Can I steal the
Can I
armor
steal
right off
an
her
entire suit of armor?
Sleight of hand.
On a nat 20. Okay. So, who's next?
It's for all of us.
Most of you?
Alright. That's interesting. Where did you get all these things?
Mick made them. He's been working on them since we got to the dimension.
Nice. We've left him alone
So
for
why
so
are
long.
you handing them out and not Nick?
Because I was the only one who flew here.
That's the scope.
Oh.
I'm just gonna say, you know what Mick's last name should be?
What?
McGuffin.
Oh no.
McGuffin.
I think
like
it
it.
fits.
Oh, McGuffin. I heard McNuffin. I'm like, you get McNuffin, son.
Make McMuffin.
McMuffin.
McIrish. Okay. Who's next? Do I just start dumping all of this out on the floor and let you pick?
I mean, that would be a good idea.
Seems grand. We're all feral.
No!
Just do it.
He labeled them!
Oh,
That's adorable.
I mean, how about last
like
one
the
standing
dazzle.
gets it all?
Cashel peeks out.
Michelle, you got enough stuff. Go play with your +2 swords.
So, speaking of which, he's going to reach and like, cut his finger.
that's gross.
Reaches in, can't seem to find what he's looking for. You hear like this massive clatter, like a collapsing Smithy. He reaches further, and you're like, and this massive sword comes up. Not actually massive. About 4 feet long, long sword with a blade made entirely out of shimmering obsidian.
Oh, for me? Good.
I didn't.
If you to like, tell me what this is exactly.
You can cast identify.
That's right around. I'll be back.
What?
You can cast identify.
Or I could just like literally ask you.
Okay. Did you ask him? Okay. I thought that was in character to Sarah's my bad. So-
Wait, I thought. Hold on.
It's a blade called Black Rend. So, stats of the sword? Yes.
Now I'm ready.
I'd go later. So, +1 to attack and damage, finesse.
Casting fireball?
No.
Yes.
Do
Fireball the whole shit.
So you get +1 to damage and hit, finesse, 2d8 damage rather than 1d8 damage.
Yay.
And you have the choice of picking slashing or psychic every time you attack. Automatic advantage in the dark, and darkness can be cast once through it without requiring a spell slot or maintaining concentration.
I can work with this.
I figured you could. He then holds out a bead.
A weed?
A bead.
You're giving him weed?
Oh, thank
no.
you.
Oh no, these are mushrooms.
I start smoking it.
He gives you a bead.
Moderate. Go.
And goes, I have no idea what this one does.
Oh, okay. We'll find out.
He called it a last-ditch effort.
So
Okay.
what would be the modifier to strength now that it's
+6.
Do what? For a whack.
Well, that actually has a +7.
Oh, that sounds a weird aftertaste.
Is it the cake?
It really does, doesn't it?
I don't like
I don't like that.
Okay.
It tastes like chemical.
Oh, please.
Oh.
To Eliza, he hands off an oath bow and bracers of
It like
archery.
reminds me of the time I drank.
To Surface, he
It's like
hands
frosting.
a handle
You didn't do that.
Alright.
of a sword.
Thank you.
Just the handle?
Just a handle.
Oh yes, a bludgeoning weapon.
Actually,
Did you want Cachelle's turn to sheet by you?
Hmm?
Did you want Cachelle's turn to sheet by you?
Not currently. We're good.
Okay.
No, he's
I'm rather limited on space.
He's cannon fodder, remember?
Hey!
Who?
Wow. My boy, Cashel.
Oh.
What?
I mean, we're moderately fond of that particular cannon
It just
fodder.
tastes like weird frosting.
Wait, we are.
So, there's a gem inlaid in the crossguard, and when you touch it, it lights up like a lightsaber.
Woo! Lightsaber sword thing.
What does this one do?
It's called the Sunblade. Keep in mind, don't look it up, I customized the stats. So, it has the standard 1d8 to attack and hit, +2 to attack and damage, and on a critical, you get an extra 2d8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Alright. I have no sword.
You have so many swords.
I do. Where am I keeping them all?
You're late, don't worry
I
about
just
it.
choose to imagine you just like covered in like dangling weapons.
I'm a
That's
total.
ironic. So,
When you start picking up enough rocks, you start just dropping
Harriet.
buckets on the beach.
did you pick your thing?
Yeah. Daggers.
Daggers?
We could do like a little hook on them too. That might be nice. But nah, I don't need to. Actually, yeah. Just
Dagger.
Okay.
Decker, decker.
So, you're like, those are mine.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
By the way.
So, I have a horror. He like gestures right over. Matt, I'll take a look at these ones. They're from Mick, but someone else's advice. Opens them up. Opens up this bag holding, just like stretches the thing out a little bit, and you see laid side by side these two daggers, each of them long enough that they're bordering on being short swords by themselves. The cross guards are angled at a Y, and the entire thing is gold with a set of gems in several different colors, one for winter, one for summer, one for fall, one for spring. At connecting the two of them at the hilt is a long chain. He pulls it out and hands it to you.
Feels kind of
Blade
like
first, you are
a
stabbed.
safety hazard.
There's a note attached.
I read the note.
Fight well, don't die. Fight is spelled F-I-T-E.
Would you like to roll to read the note? Roll reading campaign.
Are you proficient in chicken scratch?
Are you literate?
Actually, that's a good question. Are you literate?
He is. He
You
was
have no memory.
Wait, you went
he
to
was in the prime material plane for like 3 years.
Oh yeah.
There's that.
So,
So like.
and then he pulls out these two bracers. So while equipped and attuned, you'll have +2 AC. As long as you're not wearing armor or carrying a shield, which shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
So, who's left? Ah, yes. So he pulls out a magic wand. Yeah,
Stick.
go for it.
Is it fireproof?
Well, it looks to be made out of cut diamonds.
You're not paying attention.
I am paying attention, or not. So, trapped inside are a bunch of stars, and with how the diamonds are cut, every time you twist and turn it in the light, a new pattern emerges. It's pretty similar to the entire island you're looking at, by the way. So, that wand is low-key broken. It's called the Wand of the Seeker. You get +1 to spell attack. Yeah, you're gonna be writing down a lot of stuff. I hope you're good at navigating D&D Beyond by now.
It's not
D&D Beyond sucks.
It's cheaper version.
That's good.
Okay, so +1 to
Spell
spell
attack.
attack.
+1 to spell save.
Hold on. That's
Man.
no.
Okay.
+1 spell attack. What was that? Spell save?
Mhm. It is, however, hard to resist your heroes.
I'm going
AC
to,
and all saves.
go smack something.
What was,
Yeah,
what was
And
that?
don't hit them.
Huh?
Wait.
+1 to AC and +1 to all saves.
Wow.
All of these things require attunement.
Oh, that's interesting.
And then he just hands you the bag of holding and he goes, "This one's for you."
Oh jeez.
Oh
Put rocks in there.
I think she's gonna need it soon. I'm looking at her.
Yeah.
The ship lists to the side.
Go ahead.
Oh, you can keep it. I just might slip things into your pockets every now and then.
Okay.
That's sketchy.
That sounds right.
Plan is still like if we come across an enemy we can't beat, just like upended and
Who
rock
needs like
slide.
what do they call it? The ball bearings? I have so many rocks.
You
Could
right?
you go over what mine does again? I'm so sorry.
Okay. So you only got one thing because I'm counting Caspian.
Oh yes.
Okay. So Sunblade,
Yeah.
+2 to hit, +2 to damage.
Sorry. Okay.
I mean, it
And
was
then-
creamy, but too much is also bad.
It's finesse, so you can use your dexterity, but you do that.
Nice.
And
It
then
results
on a
in
critical, you
respiratory
get an extra
alkaloids.
2d8 damage. 2d8 being after the critical.
Yes, that is a thing.
There's respiratory alkaloids.
Oh,
When you become more basic
Nice.
Okay.
in
You can
regards
also
to
light
the
up any
city
area.
of your body.
I can light things up.
Well, it is a light.
Lit.
I can. This whole place must be lit. Okay.
So actually, what race is this lead?
What?
Anyway.
Wait, do I see how bright her sword is?
Mhm.
Can I just dim it down? Because I'm
Yes.
like, it hurts my eyes.
Oh. Alright, fair enough.
He like reaches into it and just pulls his hand out and takes no damage. So
Cold touch.
Stop it.
now it interacts with other magic objects as solid. So you can basically cut through anything that's not magic, but magic things, it'll like pink.
Dude,
and
I'm a
normal
Jedi.
stuff.
You can't cut through my fists, sucker.
I was
True,
going to.
Now-
Good. I'm just saying.
So, Sultan looks at the island and kinda, well, what's our next move? Am I part of the God Squad?
Who are you?
It was
call-
I've never seen this man
You
before
are
in my
not.
life.
No, sorry.
Sorry, that was hard.
You know the prophecy.
It's not for you.
No, I can just fine. I can wait.
Nothing prepared.
Fabian, I can't.
I can't what?
Fabian goes, I can't wait.
That's a lot.
Is it just us then? That was totally your voice. Alright.
Okay. You want to get off on the island?
Should we swim?
We have people that can fly.
Oh, that's true.
Piggyback off and be an
Eden carries
Eden.
both of you.
It's not a bad idea.
I'm king of the world.
I can imagine too many possible scenes opening up of that.
I
I'm
can
not
see
gonna
You
what
watch
mention
too
any.
much anime.
You right?
Oh, goodness.
Alright, let's just do it.
Like Titanic.
So,
Bag of beans? That's the thing?
mhm.
Sorry, continue.
Actually, the first bag of holding I ever gave someone was full of jelly beans.
As it should be.
Be funny for the
Such a devious thing to do.
Yeah. So, you guys arrive on the surface of the island. It's oddly disconcerting and yet at the same time feels like home. It's different than anything you've ever seen before, but familiar in a way you can't place.
Wait,
Right, so I don't know why this place feels like home, even though I'm from a cave underground.
Not you. These
Wait,
two.
who's on the
Oh.
island?
Those two.
You finally
And
have a
Fabian
home.
and Eden, or what is
Fabian and Eden wanted to go in by the other, or Fabian and Finn went in by the other direction.
it? That's fine.
Okay. So, the floors should be supernaturally slick. There's absolutely not a blemish to be found anywhere on the entire island. And yet, you never lose your footing. It's really, really easy. Everything about this place seems custom built for all of it. The walls.
Business.
Okay.
Alright.
With how the island is designed, no matter where in the sky the sun is, the walls always reflect it in a different pattern.
Something should be on fire here.
It's true. I mean, there is a decent chance you will get incinerated at some point.
Awesome, that's all I've ever wanted.
Okay. In fact, some of the walls tell stories. Things like people in mid-battle, the creation of this world, the origins of several different species. You find the Selkie.
Go to it.
You go to it? Okay.
Touch
There
it.
was a battle here?
Settle your inner forward.
So the battle only appears when you get really, really close to the heart of the island.
That makes more sense. I'm like, battle's not something we've really seen here.
Yeah, Eden doesn't really comprehend it. She's like, what?
You're gonna learn me one thing, Eden.
Hello,
See
my name
this?
is Eden
I
and
kill
I'm here to
people with
learn you
this.
today.
Ah, yes, the pointy end.
Has she seen you guys kill anyone?
Debatable.
No,
She saw you nuke Fabian and she was just like,
That was
oh,
fun.
he's okay.
He's not dead.
It's true.
Look, energy.
That's
Okay.
probably not a good thing to be teaching her, actually. People survive this!
You know, I'm okay with this.
That's how the end of the
It's
campaign
fine,
goes.
it's
She
fine.
just drives
It's
the
just
ship
like
into
one
the
of
end.
my
just
other
nukes
life
everything.
It was Eden all along.
You got the bird to swear, now you need Eden to commit mass genocide.
no!
Just like a little bit of like mass murder.
Oh
It'll be
yes,
fine.
your first sin.
There's only a little bit of cookie after that.
This.
So, which direction do you guys go?
I'm going with the wall. I mean, does it?
It's all walls.
Well, one, the Selkie
It's basically
wall.
elaborate.
Is it how big is the Selkie wall?
How big is the Selkie wall? All of the walls are easily like 40 feet high.
Bro.
And this one
Yeah.
is about 200 feet long.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So the crazy thing is, it's not a story from one point to the other like all the murals have been. It's frozen in one frame. You get the impression that in order to see the whole story, you'd have to come back, or you'd have to watch it for the full 24 hours to see it as the sun shifts.
We don't have that time.
I was about to say that
Like
ain't
now.
nobody
What
got
does it
time.
look like right now? It appears to be towards the tail end. There's a bunch of Selkie who are all very happy in there. Swimming around, they seem to be in various stages of between their different forms.
I remember being happy.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Wait, what?
Secretly edgy.
Is that a surprise?
Secretly.
And then there's Mother who is
And
like,
she sure actually remembers being happy.
Oh. That's more than
I think
some
that's
of us.
edgy. I think that's edgier.
Anyway.
And then there's Mother who is like hugging one Selkie seal and one Selkie child.
Oh.
Okay.
These are my fur babies.
Shoot. That's a problem.
Is there anything that I could recognize from these?
Anything that you can recognize?
From all this glass?
Yes, but absolutely on the opposite end. So she recognizes, oh, this is the story of my people. Hello, natives. You recognize dancing and playing tag through these streets. Yeah. With your brothers and sisters.
You're a dancer, Harry.
It wasn't always this empty.
Oh.
Oh, that's depressing.
Okay. Where would you guys like to go now?
We have to go deeper.
Let's go deeper.
Okay. So the entire place is a labyrinth, nearly impossible to figure out, and yet you seem to recognize each and every turn on your way, and you instinctively know where to go and where to be.
Oh yes, the Force.
Okay. So
Actually,
this is the
it
force.
basically is the Force.
Yeah, pretty much. But way more biased.
That's also true.
The Force is pretty biased. The Force is pretty biased.
Okay.
Anyway.
So
Also, Jedi are jerks. And
Jedi are
They're all
jerks.
hypocrites.
Yeah.
All of them.
Like, has there ever been a Jedi who wasn't a hypocrite? Well, that's not true.
Yoda.
No, Yoda was a hypocrite.
Yeah,
he was just
definitely.
upfront
Oh,
about it.
Kagana's pretty good.
Qui-Gon was probably the least hypocritical Jedi
I don't know
who
Star
ever
Wars at
lived.
all, so I'm just
And
like,
he
I'm
bordered
sorry,
on getting
dear.
kicked out a lot.
That's why he was the least hypocritical.
No, she left
Yeah,
before she
Mom.
was really dubbed master. She dipped.
Who?
I wasn't sure.
Ahsoka.
Oh, poor girl.
Bye.
They might be making new Clone Wars seasons.
Oh, better.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
That would be
Sorry,
nice.
Ahsoka, actually.
Alright.
So anyways, you guys go deeper. Do you get to the heart of the island?
where else could we
You're
go?
entering the heart of darkness.
It's actually
I need a signed permission slip before you do. Okay, anyway. So, a release
Mom,
form.
Can I come in?
Mother!
It's like when the DM said, so do you touch it?
So to be clear, you touch it, right?
Yeah, right?
I'd like to touch it.
Do you open the door?
Can I? What is there to touch? What can I touch in here?
Glass.
Okay,
The
well.
floor.
Alright.
Other people. Which
Oh.
Is
you
there
wouldn't
anything
do.
that looks like I shouldn't be touching?
Claudia?
Touch all the things you shouldn't.
Well, really, like everything, it seems like really, really pristine.
Alright.
The crazy thing is, like, when you leave smudges of dirt, it evaporates off.
Cool. Oh my
He
gosh.
draws his money.
Jackson throws mud at wall.
Jackson's not
I
there.
know. I would. So, you guys arrive at the center of the island and find a massive temple surrounded by walls higher than the rest. There's a gate, and it is locked by... Yeah, 6 handprints.
How many hands do we have?
They're all right hands.
Oh. I have.
We can figure this out. That's the wrong way.
Plot twist. Kale has 2 right hands.
Ew.
Okay.
Can we let anyone else in here?
So another crazy thing, the phantoms flicker in and out of existence fairly consistently. It seems to match up with whenever somebody glances at the island, one of them will appear and then disappear when they look away. They don't seem to acknowledge your existence.
You see Jackson going.
Close your eyes and walk in the island. It'll probably be fine. If you don't look at it, it's not there.
I haven't thought about it.
Talking to.
Blinded condition will be bad in this fight. Okay, so what do you guys think? I'm going to say that a reasonable amount of time has passed while you were exploring.
There were 6 of you here, right?
4 to 6 hours.
Were there 6 of us here? I can't remember.
No.
3 girls, 3 boys, 2 girls,
And an
Mother.
and then an it.
So wait, was there 6 of us? Was it?
Was that 6?
Okay.
I can do addition.
You
I
brothers,
can
2
math.
sisters, and an it, so there were 7 people here.
Mhm.
But yeah, you can figure it out.
Can I put my hand in all the handprints?
One of them fits perfectly.
Ah, yes, it's mine.
Is there any that look like a bird claw?
Mm-hmm. Well, no, actually. But there's one of them that has like feather indentations.
Okay, we need you guys.
Does she have feathers on her?
She it's fine.
Does she have hands?
Mm-hmm.
She does have hands. She's actually has like 6 limbs.
Oh, okay.
Alright,
Yeah.
you need to go back.
Like body plan.
How do we get past the phantoms?
Just watch
They're
Jackson.
not really concerned with us.
Jackson,
But
just
they're
keep your
concerned
eyes
because we
down.
need to get here.
Yeah, but that's the fun part.
Oh, they don't need their hands.
Are you suggesting you cut off their limbs?
Coltad does have those regenerative potions.
I mean, we could work with that.
Okay, we're
how
coming
do
back and we're cutting off all of your right hands.
We can't talk to them.
Alternatively, I have
That
knock
sounds
prepared.
like a plan, Jackson.
Anyway, we'll go back to the ship at this
No, I'm
point.
not here.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Okay. It's another hour to walk back. You arrive at the ship.
Dude, bro, we've been
Fabian
gone
and
so
Eden are
long.
both still missing.
Who and who are missing?
Fabian and Eden are both
So we're at
missing.
7
They are
hours?
still exploring.
We're at, what, 7 hours?
Mm-hmm. So,
So there, we found the heart, and it's
We
blocked
need your
by a gate.
hands.
What she said.
Do you want to cut it off? I'm confused.
It wouldn't be preferable. But
oh, roll perception.
That's whatever my perception is plus that. 17.
Remember Mr. Sketch? The guy that bled green?
Yeah.
He's missing.
Oh.
as he should be.
Wait, who else
Hey.
was missing?
Mr. Sketch.
The
Oh,
one that
green
touched
blood.
him.
The one that Cash stabbed on the way out.
So I was keeping an eye on him. Do I know where he went?
Yeah, he jumped on the island.
Okay.
He wasn't being stopped.
He didn't have a phantom?
He
He
wasn't
didn't have
stopped.
a phantom.
Do you think he's the it?
It's possible.
He seems very it-like.
You guys were talking about hands.
We need them.
We were. Tell
Just
me
put
about
your hands in the bag of
Shigaraki.
holding.
Oh, that's terrible.
If we put you in the bag, will that be bad?
There's no air in bags.
Yeah, but
You have a minute's worth of air, actually.
how far?
After that, you
Can
suffocate.
we
It
get?
was like an hour walk.
How was the getting from the island entrance to the ship?
Was it-
If we go really fast.
Can we easily risk their suffocation?
You guys walked without taking detours and it still took an hour. This is a big island.
How about if I was a seal? That would still not be enough. Okay, never mind.
Oh.
Solution to every problem. What if I was a seal?
How do you feel about
A
fighting
seal
the
with
phantoms?
haste.
Oh, that would work.
A seed
I mean-
with haste and...
Right, so my original plan was to create a distraction by transforming Jackson into a Tyrannosaurus Rex and casting haste on her.
My gosh. Tyrannosaurus Rex average about 50 damage around.
If you can land 2 hits on at least 2 targets, it's like 86 damage. But
With short arms, how is that supposed to work?
Have you ever heard of teeth?
That too.
their bite attack is nothing to mess around with.
Like 33 damage. On average.
Sometimes.
I can one shot some books, I'm pretty sure. Okay. You guys need a plan. Coltan is restlessly like bonking his head on the rail of the ship.
Do it again!
Wait, has no one?
No?
I applaud you.
They haven't asked. So, what is the plan?
In a straight line, would you say that the location they were at and the location where
Wait,
I could get to within 60 or 70 feet would be within 300 feet?
No.
Disregarding walls.
No.
could we launch us with the catapult?
Well, if
Yes.
In the bag of holding. Put us in the bag of holding. Would that would that
That seems like a
minimize
nice
the time that we need to be in the bag of holding? Would that make it so we don't die?
why don't we just not look at the island and go backwards?
I don't see it. I don't see it.
It
Sounds
terrible
Were we
idea.
worked when you
blindfolded?
were looking at it.
Only we.
True.
Look at it and close your
blind-
eyes. We'll see if your demon's still there.
I'm going to think really hard about the island and close my eyes.
So,
I'm going to specifically think about going onto the island and like blowing things up.
so
Okay.
the Drider manifests on the side of one of the walls.
Well,
Now, turn around.
Yeah?
The Drider remains.
Stupid.
The Drider looks smith.
Although I would bet if I was unconscious, it wouldn't manifest.
We could
Hit
try.
me over the head. That sounds like
shall we drag
fun.
bodies?
Sure.
We could.
Okay. Do
Alright.
you want to try that?
Jackson's way ahead. She bonks herself out with the butt of her sword.
Oh, that happened.
We're trying this now.
Roll strength and constitution.
Oh crap, I forgot.
One of these is to knock you out, the other one is to survive being knocked out.
Oh yes.
Okay, you know what? I can just pull up.
FYI, if you pass one and fail the other, you just repeat banging your own head.
Alright.
How about
Okay. So what 6 are you bringing?
Oh, gosh dang it. Should take a closer look at the handprints. Okay, we need Eliza.
We do have passive Eliza.
do we remember what the handprints look like?
Yeah.
We can kind of identify that it's the party.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see here.
My roommate just got engaged.
Well,
Wow.
15 for strength and 12 for
What if you use your
constitution.
demon robe on the phantoms?
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Just wreck their faces into oblivion.
Should I go try that?
So
If you
here's the
want
thing. I'm not sure that they're mortal in the conventional sense. I don't know if they actually exist in the conventional
you're
sense.
unconscious.
Although I think we should probably try this while we have.
Wait, how did she become unconscious?
Knock
She knocked
herself
herself out.
Oh no. This is fine.
Everything is fine.
Everything's going according to the plan. Alright,
Let's like make her look at the
Is
item.
she-
Nothing happens.
oh that'll do.
No angel of shattered swords.
Alright, so your turn.
We have one through.
Does Saris have one?
Hmm?
Does Saris have a fan?
Saris does not.
So,
Your brain.
actually, as you're looking around, Saris isn't on the ship.
Gosh dang
Okay,
it.
can I locate objects? Her wand.
You'd be more
The
close to
range
back
on
of
locate
the
object is 1,000 feet, isn't it?
There's no way you're that fast.
It's like
You've been gone for 7 hours.
Oh,
It's still 0.1 of a mile though.
Yeah,
It's-
she's further away than that.
Not inconsiderable.
Those
Don't
little
worry.
legs. Really?
Hey, whose legs you call little?
Says the Selkie.
Hey, I am tall for my species.
Actually, was she with them?
17.
No.
Holy crap, people.
So she was on the ship, so I would have seen her leave hypothetically unless she was sneaking away.
She snuck away.
Okay.
Did your stealth get really good? No.
So,
Well, I mean,
Depends what
there's the
level
thing.
she
Like,
has
if she
in
got a
the
good
form.
portent on it, there's no way I'm gonna see her anyway.
Would pass without trace work for passing? Without trace.
how are you going to find your lost comrade?
we leave her to die.
Hi, Winter.
I'm gonna go around the ship and look at all the boxes and things like a fool.
Okay, she is not in any of the boxes on the ship.
Alright.
Ah yes, box, sweet box.
Coltan, can you sense where she is? You're attuned.
Mother and I aren't really on speaking terms at the moment.
Ask, what's her name?
Eden.
She's not with us, nor is Fabian.
She stayed on the island.
Um,
Can you talk to her?
Can I yell in my mind, Eden.
Make a wisdom check.
Can you yell in your brain? The volume
17.
goes up.
Yes, Harriet.
yeah.
Hello.
Nice to see you. It's good that you figured out how to do this. I was wondering how long it would take.
She's like patronizingly innocent. Can I just say that right now? It's like she makes you feel bad. Well, like not being able to blame her for her.
Like a child.
Wow, you really have a vendetta.
In
against
Winter's
children,
mind,
don't you?
Winter goes to a corner and mumbles, "You could have told me."
Mumbles aloud?
Yeah, well,
She can't
no.
hear you aloud.
Wait, what? No, in my mind.
Okay.
That's what I say. In my
You could have
mind,
told
the
me.
Winter in my mind goes to a corner of my mind and mumbles that to her.
Oh. Okay. So another thing worthy of note, you can tell exactly where Eden is on the island.
Good to know.
You could have told me, is that what you said? I did. When we first met, I said you were broken. This is part of what I was referring to.
All right,
You look distressed.
You're coming back to the Order. It's nice.
we'll see.
Saoirse said something.
Mm.
Distressed, Harry.
I can talk to Eden.
Through your brain.
Wasn't
No,
that funny? No, through his
That was
nose.
The way you said it through your brain.
Like you have one?
No, like it was totally acceptable and normal. That was funny. Anyways.
Acceptable and normal. What's she saying?
I finally figured this out, that I can do this. So, Eden, in my mind. Here, I have to do this for in my mind now.
This is also how you do exasperation, if I remember. I don't know.
That's great. Do you happen to know where Saris is?
She's an island away.
So, for reference, locate object lasts an hour.
Mm-hmm.
If you can move at like a good speed, you might be able to figure out where she is before it expires.
Do you want me to go out looking for her?
Eden says she's an island away.
That's not very hard,
Can
is it?
she tell you what
Where's the nearest
direction?
island?
It's a 15-minute flight.
Oh, yes. Alright.
Longer for the ship.
Kale is going to. I have no way of transport here. Swimming sucks, you guys.
Yeah.
How fast is the ship?
How fast is the ship? It would take the ship about twice as long.
So. Well, I think it's probably time. Do you want me to go out looking for her?
That'd be a good idea.
Alright, I'm gonna go put my skin back on.
Where are you, Aunt Fabian?
I'm right behind you. So she like lands on the ship. It's good to see you. Winter again. She like pats your hair.
Flakes of snow dandruff fall.
Oh no, not so
Just snow, not dandruff.
What is my hair like in
No.
winter? I forgot.
You're just bald.
It's like a twig.
Did I write down my hair? Oh, that's disappointing.
You're bald.
No.
Did you need help with Cyrus?
Will be appreciated.
I can fly us there.
That would be great.
Okay. Don't struggle. She like reaches her hands out and floats a
So
few
are we
feet
just
off.
gonna leave the unconscious Jackson on boat?
That's a
Yes.
good quote.
We just leave her behind.
Sounds
She wakes up all alone.
It depends on how long we're away.
How long are we at?
You have 15 minutes. So,
What are you up to?
Presumably all of the islands have crystals.
the bigger ones. The nearby ones, yes.
And I assume she took that scroll with her. So I
You can
think
search
it's
it
got
really
like upwards of an hour cast time though.
It's got way upwards of an hour cast time.
So I mean, as long as we get her, we can probably intervene.
So she left 7.5 hours ago.
So in character, I would actually know what the cast time on it is.
8 hours.
8 hours. Okay. We're gonna beat her by like 10 minutes. This is gonna be great.
Also, do we know if there's any repercussions for, messing up the spell?
Yeah, it's gonna be awful.
Okay.
Would it be terrible if we just let her do it? Or we're there for the downfall?
Depends. Because
Eden,
on one
would you
hand,
like to talk while we fly?
yeah, we're talking as we
I
go.
just assumed we were.
So on one
Yeah.
hand, it's a so
I ragdoll myself over an arm.
Well, she
Oh.
hugs you
Aww.
and goes, "Thank you, but we don't need to touch." And the mist that floats up whenever she flies, she takes a few feet off of the deck, actually lifting you almost effortlessly with one arm, and then holds you out at arm's length. The mist spreads to you and across the deck of the ship, and all 6 of you float up.
Oh, feels like a hug. It's kind of
I
weird.
thought we were leaving Jackson.
Huh? We're not leaving Jackson.
You
Jackson
just,
wakes up as she floats off the deck.
I thought we were leaving Jackson.
We're not leaving Jackson. Eden is too nice.
That's Eden.
Kashel, steps into it and floats up as well.
Yay.
mechanically, do I think that our fly speed is based off of Eden's speed?
It is.
Okay.
You currently have a 60-foot fly speed.
Haste.
I turned to Gashel
Oh,
and said,
jeez.
"You're here."
We are going to get there.
Okay, what was that about?
I turned to Gashel and I said, "You're here," and I nod.
I felt needed. That was deep. So, Eden goes, "Ooh, it's tingly.
That is
Teeny wink.
It's tingly."
Oh.
Okay, so really quick. Haste lasts only a minute. So how much ground can we cover in a minute?
math time.
Do you want me to do the math?
Yeah, that'd be fantastic because this is really,
How
really
many move
important.
actions can she use to fly?
So if she can fly, she can use her main action dash, which she'll run out of after the minute because Constitution. And
Doesn't
then
seem that important.
she can use her hasted action for that minute. So for 1 minute, you're talking about an absolutely massive speed.
So she can use 3 actions per minute, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 60 feet times.
Oh, there's also ground.
Did you all?
Help yourself.
No, I just a lot of baked goods. It's interesting.
Yeah, he's good at that.
He's a house husband.
House spouse.
Okay.
1,800 feet.
Ooh.
Okay. 1,800 feet? Did I math this wrong?
I might not have done it right. So
You're going 1,800 or 18,000 feet total. So you'd get a tenth of the way there in a minute. And then she would lose consciousness for 6 seconds.
that's fine.
Okay.
What?
So,
Wait, is that okay?
Well, I'm
That's
going to
fine.
warn her, don't fly too high. It has a bugger of a side
Don't
effect.
fly too close to the sun, Icarus.
Icarus.
Is open
He's wearing
air.
AirPods. He can't hear us.
Oh no. Oh no.
okay. So when you say don't fly too high, keep in mind we are out suspended over open air.
There's water beneath us.
If you imagine it there, yes.
Yeah.
But everyone would have to imagine there was water.
Pick this for
Alright.
her crown.
Physics.
I mean,
He's kind of cute.
after the 6 seconds of being stunned,
She can just pick you up again.
yeah, and I'm just gonna haste her again.
Opposed
Oh.
to that.
Yeah, I've got 3 of these.
I could keep
Okay. So how much distance can you cover?
1,800 feet times 3,
36, 4,200.
5,400 feet.
Okay, so for the sake of simplicity, I'm going to say that that gets the time it takes to get there in half.
Okay.
Are we all okay with that? Cool. So, you guys fly off like a bunch of shooting stars just disappearing into... What?
burns all of my 3rd level slots.
Yeah, maybe take a long rest.
I could do it on 4th level.
Oh boy. That's not necessary. So, all of you take up like shooting stars. Eden is exhilarated, she's laughing, she's giggling, she's having the actual time of her life. And she gets the urgency thing, but it's like a child on a roller coaster for her first time.
That's fine.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty great too, because like this is the first time kids have floated.
I think it's the first time any of you have ever gone this fast. Huh?
Gotta go fast.
They are
Human
being
evolution
speed.
in a nutshell.
We
Gotta
have
go
all become
fast.
cyanic.
I
Wait,
mean,
so
your
do we
design
get-
is the perfect pursuit predators, but
I mean, like, hops on horse, gotta go fast. Evolution is like, what? Gotta go fast, invents car. Evolution is, what? Invents rocket ship. Gotta go fast.
I love it.
Heelys.
What were you saying, Joe, Jackie?
So, do we pick are we all like kind of tugged along in that direction?
You're
or-
suspended in kind of a ring around her.
We're gonna go for the ruse.
The funny thing is, within
so
a certain
Jack-
radius, you can control your own flight.
Jack was just gonna sit there.
Moodily sits there for full 7 minutes. Okay.
Spins around slowly. Is Mad Human Cannonball.
It's upside down.
Also full
Okay.
of army.
You guys
armor as
arrive.
well.
The nearest island to you is this kind of jungle with a bunch of decayed temples and decadent structures.
You
Eden
need
can
the cast
easily.
locate object again.
Actually,
It's still.
she has 3 minutes left.
Also, I would have cast Landman's Tiny Hut.
I know. He's like, I expected this.
Yeah, this isn't a problem. Keep in mind it's a hemisphere.
Well, yeah, but you can't dig that fast.
You can't without magic.
Wizard chess, ladies and gentlemen. Wizard chess.
It's like watching the Sherlocks.
So, which one's Moriarty?
Question. So
Yes.
for this ritual, so since I would know what's in this, does it require material components and or does how much space does it require?
Only the heart and 20-foot diameter. So the chamber it's in is absolutely ample.
Oh, it's in a chamber.
Yeah.
Like a stone chamber. It's harder to dig through, is it not?
Unless you cast shape stone.
Oh, that's stone.
There's a door. You can close the door. Okay.
Cast knock. He is prepared.
He was ready for everything.
Alright.
So, so as you approach the island, Eden kind of like, this is fun, but kind of, and she hits the ground like a comet. All of you guys are going to drop rather violently from the air at once.
Oh, yes. Fall damage.
Do we make it to the island?
You do make it to the island.
Fall damage.
I would like to try and pick up Eden because that seems rude to leave her.
Well, she's like, I just want to transfer a little while.
That's fair.
Okay.
Could somebody like with a higher strength score maybe carry her?
I think she should be fine there.
I'll stay with her.
Okay.
Do we really
Okay.
want her near this ceremony?
That's
Yes.
fair.
I pat her on the head and tell her to go to sleep.
And I'm going to run.
Okay. So you are able to make it. Locate object runs out a little bit before you get there, but you know exactly where she is.
Wait, hold on. Spells can't go through Lim's tiny hut. Would I even show up on Locate Object?
Oh,
How would detect portal work?
she is not summoned a portal.
Have you touched it yet?
What do you mean?
Well, never mind.
Well, no. So that's the thing, because like divination, because like Lehman's tiny hut isn't a sphere. It's not enclosed. So like a divination spell could still go through it.
Okay, so they know. You could cast the Emin's Tiny Hut twice and just cut yourself.
You actually can't because you can't invert it. It's one of the things you can't do.
So you could like do a bunch of snow cones on the bottom and just fill up the space.
How would a
So, I
spirit
feel
this
like-
work? Spirit of the rules. Like, I mean, what's the point of saying spells can't go through it if it can just go?
Well, because it was intended to be a shelter from attacks. attacks.
Yeah.
Not
That's
from
a fireball
literally
can't go through
everything.
it.
Okay.
That being said, there is another spell that would make you immune to divination.
It's true. There is a spell.
Can I? So how would going to the ethereal plane? Like I could just go through everything.
Actually, yeah. You should be able to just materialize in it because you're going around it in a sense.
So, yeah.
I'm gonna rule no on that.
Come on.
Spells don't go through it. But you could like just apparently swarm dive into the
Alternatively-
rocks and go up.
Ethereal plane, you can move in 3 dimensions. You could travel through the rock.
Well, yeah. It says I can go.
Is
through.
time passing while they're discussing options?
Yes,
We're
but they're running while they're
talking
discussing
as we
options.
run.
How much time do I have left?
There's about 5 minutes.
You said 3 minutes earlier.
Huh? No, 3 minutes left until her locate object
Oh,
runs out.
stupid.
So you guys arrive at the
Wait,
door.
it
It is
says
very,
I ignore
very
all
big.
effects and objects that aren't on the ethereal plane.
It's true. That's how it works.
Don't magic defenses usually extend into the ethereal plane?
Actually, no. Like, very, very little magic actually crosses planes. It's actually one of the harder rules.
Okay.
Like, very little.
I'll rule in favor of that, I suppose. So you guys arrive at the door with a few minutes to spare.
Okay. Blink. And I'm going to get into the sphere.
You can't. Can you do that with Blink?
Blink, it's like a toss-up. You don't control when it happens.
It's true. I would roll for it.
Yeah. You want to flip a
Actually-
coin?
You know what?
Can't go through it.
I'm going to try and talk first because that's more important.
Well, there's a door in the way.
Oh,
Can we knock the door?
Oh, actually, so Raphael begins squawking. He is sitting outside the door. You've been warned.
I tell him to. Yeah, I'm gonna tell him to fight if somebody comes
Firebolt.
through.
Oh no!
Okay.
It's immortal. It doesn't really matter.
You can resummon him later. So Raphael raises its wings and prepares to take off. As soon as he sees this, Kale flicks his wrist and a blast of fire incinerates the bird.
Nice shot.
Oh well, that's sad.
And
Jack
so I have the,
senses this and hugs.
so I have the door open.
Mm.
Okay.
Well, the door is still shut.
Is it locked?
It's heavy.
So technical question on knock. I was under the assumption that knock opens the portal when you cast it.
Oh, did you cast knock?
Yeah.
It's absolutely open.
Okay. Cyrus, I know exactly what you're doing, and I'm going to give you 2 options. You can either break off the spell, or I can dispel it.
So-
if I dispel it, there is a decent possibility it'll backfire.
So you are approaching the very final stages of the chant. You have only a few sentences left.
Can I like say them faster?
It's like
He would hear you.
I don't care. I'm not responding to him.
Okay.
Do you want to try and pass through it, or
You want me to?
it'd be nice?
Misty stuff doesn't work either, does it?
Misty Step.
Misty
you can't
Step
stay
would
inside.
not go through it.
Alright,
Because Misty
okay.
Step doesn't change planes.
I want to look at one technical thing first. Okay.
What are your portents?
Oh,
Yeah, I'm going to.
10 and 5.
Oh, this is a 7th level spell. Why would I? Well, I get it.
It's really crazy.
Yeah, crazy. Ah ha ha ha. So I'm going to do that actually.
Horizon Walkers. So she steps through the portal. Or she steps through the hut. You materialize again?
Yeah.
Okay, that'll end the spell. You have like 2 sentences left. What would you like to do?
What do I do?
It's a good question, but you're gonna want to do it fast.
So,
Can I pick up the crystal?
No, I'm going to kick her in the face.
Oh,
Try
doing so would actually make you make a concentration check.
Causing damage? Not.
Because you are taking an action to do something other than cast the spell.
Rituals are weird.
By all means, kick me.
I'm gonna say no concentration check, and you can kick her.
Okay, I'm going to kick her.
Okay, you can kick her. Make an attack roll.
Can I try to knock her unconscious if this doesn't work?
Let's do contested athletics.
And I'm going to cast Blink. And I'm going to try and blink through it.
Is it above 10 or below 10?
I don't remember.
Okay, just call one.
Technically above and below.
You could just let her do whatever.
Up to you. Call it above or below first.
Trusting chaos.
Let's go above.
Me, I'm just like, I mean, you can attune yourself. I mean, okay, call it.
Actually-
Inspiration because I have one.
I have a
For it.
quarterstaff. I'm going to use my quarterstaff.
I'm still going to say contested athletics.
I can't.
Oh, contested athletics.
Yeah. You're trying to muscle her away from you, aren't you? And away from the heart?
Wait, did you already roll?
No, I didn't. I'm rolling my dice.
I'm going to say that. Well, yeah, you roll a 5.
She makes you roll a 5.
I'm gonna use an inspiration.
You roll a 5.
You can't use inspiration on important.
Oh, okay. Well,
You don't do
can I
it.
add modifiers to that?
You can add your athletics.
That was a 9.
Everyone's just like, yeah, we need to stop. I'm like, I mean, you could just let her attune.
DM has heart attack repeatedly.
Well, I kind of want to see her attune, but I'm trusting Kale right now.
Wait, athletics, you said?
Mhm.
Wait, I have inspiration.
So, how many rounds are we looking at?
How many rounds are we looking at?
Yeah.
You have one more chance.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 16.
You break grapple. You can push Searcher away.
I'm going to do that.
How?
So I rolled a 10.
You said above 11.
Yeah, I did.
You speak the final sentence. So, everything on the plane feels this. The hut is shattered in an instant as her entire body lights up like a miniature sun and then distills into tiny points under her skin. They all shoot out violently, explosively. Her body becomes opaque obsidian, unable to see through it, and holding entire galaxies beneath the surface of her skin. These little pinpoints of light shoot out, peppering the walls. Everybody has to get down to avoid it. And when you look again, she is floating in the center of the chamber, surrounded by a ring of stars.
You absolute
Can I
idiot.
fly? I'm going to fly.
You are flying.
Okay, I'm just going to get out of there as fast as I can.
Misty grapple.
Can I assist?
What I said.
If you teleport, you can.
I have Misty Stay.
Say, how far away are all of us?
See, I think it's funny because you're.
I don't think you need my help though, do you?
Are you going to resist grapple?
Yeah, what am I rolling?
So he's grappling with athletics. You can choose acrobatics or athletics.
Oh, acrobatics. 3. Plus 1's a 5.
So I rolled a 9.
You are grappled. He's going to drag you from the air. Okay, so you have her pinned on the ground.
I'm going to...
I'm going to cover her mouth so she can't cast anything with a verbal component.
Lick his hand.
That's not going to help matters.
Hold on.
It's worth pointing out, her body is currently made of this black glass.
Great. Great.
I'm going... Oh, stupid face.
Oh, so you turn around and see the charred remains of Raphael.
So he dematerializes when he dies.
Oh, okay. You no longer sense Raphael.
She does know he's dead.
Can I, like, rage?
Wizard rage.
I was waiting for that.
So he basically has
To
that.
rage.
You cannot rage, but you can definitely get very, very angry in character.
Okay, I'm looking for something I can cast.
You really don't have any options.
Almost all the good spells require verbal.
You know, you can just tell us what's going on.
Yeah, you've been pinned for a little while. These guys can walk out and see you.
That's what I've done. And that's what I say.
Oh, actually, what did you roll?
I rolled,
You rolled a 9?
I rolled a 9.
Oh, yeah.
What did you
because-
roll?
5.
So your strength went up by 4 when you attuned.
Oh,
Alright.
Okay, so do I
You're
grapple,
still grappled though.
do I grapple with athletics or do I grapple with my dexterity?
You grapple with athletics.
Gosh dang it. I thought you said I could grapple with dexterity.
Wait, does
That's
that mean,
his thing. He took a feat for it.
do you want some help?
It would be nice if I could get some help.
Well, she's still pinned.
For now.
Like, even if you have a -1, that's
Right.
her 7 or 8.
It went up by 4. Does that mean that I can?
4 as in if your strength was 12, it is now 16.
So it's a +2.
Yeah, not 18.
Oh. Okay. So could I?
Yeah, if you could like come over and help, that would be great.
Alright,
I think it's hilarious.
I stab her in the
Okay, wait.
Oh.
He's putting his hand over my mouth.
Did you stab
I'm
him?
biting him.
That was
I'm
my
biting
hand.
his hand.
Okay, so as soon as your teeth bite down on his hand, you get stabbed in the leg.
I'm going
Varian's
to
blade enters your calf.
kick whatever that came from.
Varian easily sidesteps your pinned.
And I step away holding the chain.
Kishel.
Do I take damage from her biting me? Because like, that's not gonna make me let go. I don't
It's
really
no,
care.
you don't take damage.
I'm biting as hard as I can.
So,
Caspian kill her.
huh? You have to
Caspian
make a
would
save.
run a good risk of killing her.
What's your...
So
She does not.
you
The
hear
rat lived.
a shout, "Everyone stop!"
Who?
And a blade sinks into the ground. A massive golden dome springs into existence, pushing everyone back.
Thank you, Kishel. I forgot he was here, honestly.
But Kishel and Saris, you are in the zone together.
Oh, I just didn't see Cashel here?
No, Kishel came. Remember, he stepped into the thing.
Yeah,
Alright.
I forgot about that.
Alright.
I feel so bad now.
I feel
He
like-
has both of his hands on his swords, but they're not drawn, and you can't leave this place without killing him.
Get wrecked.
Get him.
So wait, how many of us are in there now?
It's just him and her.
Oh, just Kishel?
Yeah.
Oh.
You guys are all standing on the outside.
Jackson's still on.
Wait, so say again. I can't leave without killing it. Like
Yeah, Kishel started to duel with you.
okay, but like killing, not like killing.
Is there a difference?
Yes!
With Kishel, there
You
is,
have to
because
drop
the-
him unconscious.
He
There.
sets the
Drop him to
terms
0
of the
health.
duel, though.
Huh?
What?
He sets the terms of the duel. He can decide which weapons can actually do effect.
That is true, too.
Okay, I'm just going to. What do you want? You want to fight? I can fight you.
I really want to talk.
We would really rather not fight.
Okay.
You're the one who left.
You're a friend.
Kishel suddenly realizes that he is currently in a dueling ring with an attuned.
Do you want us to go get the...
I'd say talk to Kale.
What do you want?
Right, so why?
Is it
Like, don't you
reasons?
think this is a little bit extreme? Do you know what you did?
So you hear a voice in your head. Say, came home.
Well, that's disturbing.
Okay, make a will save.
Right, so
You can choose to fail.
I'm going to start elaborating a bit of history.
Okay.
Right, so do you know what the last 10th level spell was cast on the material plane?
Wait, a wisdom saving throw?
Yeah.
You can choose to
You
fail.
can't fail.
Everyone.
You can choose to fail.
Everyone just choose to fail.
It feels distinctly like it's coming from Mother.
Gosh dang it, choose to fail.
Are you the it?
I heard
I love how that's your thing. It's like, who's the it?
I want to know!
That's an 8.
An 8? You go with fail. So, I'd like to get through Kale's history first.
Right, do you know what the last 10th level spell cast on the material plane was?
Would I know that?
You would. You should explain it though, because everyone else doesn't.
Oh, I'm about to go ahead.
The spell was Karsus' avatar.
Whew.
Do you know what happened?
Yes.
It literally broke the world so bad that magic hasn't worked the same way since. The reason that there are no 10th level spells is because Karsus' avatar was cast. It killed a god. Specifically the goddess of magic.
Well, that's what we're dealing with, isn't it? Killing mobs.
Don't you think this might be a little bit extreme? Do you realize that there's a decent chance that if you step foot on the material plane again, somebody's gonna apparate out of nowhere and murder you? The gods decree that there are no 10th level spells on the material.
This is so intense.
You failed your will save.
Winter no spear.
So, you hear all of this, but as it goes on and on, it becomes more and more hazy, and yet Kale seems closer than ever. His words rebound over and over in your mind, the full weight of them setting in. He means everything he says, he believes every word he speaks. And each of them hits like a sledgehammer to the heart. But something else is reaching out. Something from the distant past and the far future. In the moment you attuned, everything was one. Everything was a grand pattern, a design, a beautiful order, a paradise laid out by hands incomprehensibly powerful. Every single strand was put perfectly into place. Harian was one of the strands. Saoirse was one of the strands. Eden was one of the strands. Eden and Harian went back to the very beginning. And so did you. Distinctly and suddenly, all at once, you remember playing tag in the crystal halls of the Heart of Exalted Order. You remember growing up with all of these people, and you remember seeing Mother's smiling face. Much more distinctly, you remember the first time you touched the strands of the future and how they burned your hands away. You remember quite a few things, actually. From then on, you became dangerous, and yet Mother encouraged everything you did. She told you to keep on pushing forward because you could see further forward than she could. You remember the first prophecy you ever uttered.
Yes.
A world to save and one to break. Heroes against heralds and two gods left dead.
I know it right when you started saying it. Like,
It's her prophecy.
like the future.
You spoke the first words of the prophecy, and you saw further ahead than you could. You warned her, and she attempted to prepare. Now, other strands, other darker threads have joined the pattern. Things that were never meant to be there, things that weren't planned for. Kale is one of them, Jackson is one of them, Eliza is one of them.
You can't really plan for Kale.
Do it.
Okay, I'm not even listening to what he's saying. I'm just.
You remember being sent to the material plane to warn a young man. You remember guiding him to this realm and teaching him all he needed to know. And you remember returning and losing your memory in a horrible accident.
Oh my gosh!
You raised your uncle.
That's just weird. I need some popcorn.
Wait. So I went to the material plane, brought him back to this plane,
Yep.
He was one of the strands you planned for.
and then went back with him.
The going back with was largely an accident.
Oh.
Some parts of your memory are still fuzzy, but the crazy thing is, you can currently see the near future, at least as it was planned out. But it's like somebody's taken a knife to the pattern, aggravatedly ripping up everything they possibly could, throwing as many wrenches in the plan as they needed. This world and all of the grand pattern are falling into chaos, and it's closer than anyone thinks. You return to your own body right as he finishes talking. The stars under her skin fade, and she returns to normal flesh.
I'm sorry, what were you saying? I may have missed a bit of that.
The audacity.
Could have become a vestige.
What's a calculated risk?
Oh, Eden arrives.
It's not calculated. Calculated
Wait a
means
minute,
you know
she
what
left
you're
me?
working
Huh?
You can join.
You're here.
No,
You're
I
home.
stayed behind with Eden.
Oh, okay, yeah. Eden and you both arrive. Eden looks down, like right as your powers are fading, and goes, "Sister?"
You're a seal.
You're a little bit more distant family.
Yeah, I'm the
Thank you
weird
so much.
cousin.
Anyway, if you could let me go have some alone time, that would be fantastic.
Kishel like raises an eyebrow and
You had a
looks
low
at
time
Kale and
past
like,
8
is
hours.
that really a good idea?
Right, so I mean, she's part goddess. I don't think we can truly stop her at the end of the day.
Well, actually, she has
I mean,
no
you
magic
probably-
at the current moment.
She what?
Magic is turned off within the sphere at the current moment.
Oh. Well, I guess you could. But I mean, what's she gonna do at 2 to 10?
Wait,
You
they
are
turn
so-
off any magic? That's okay. Okay.
He pulls the banner. She's sitting.
I need a brownie for this.
What's happened to the crystal?
I feel like
Huh?
you
What's happened to the
at
crystal?
some
the
point
crystal
you're just
shattered.
gonna like shut off.
Like all of the energy and all of the substance that was trapped inside of the crystal entered her body.
Wait, what was
So
that?
there's no shards of it left?
They are, but it's just glass.
I want one.
Okay, do it.
Shiny.
Nice.
Wait,
Eden frowns. Fabian is on his way.
Should we be worried?
Yes.
So is Popan.
We should definitely be worried.
The last time someone got attuned to his Coltan, and Fabian was spitting that.
What do you think Coltan saw, if he saw anything at all? Did you see anything? You must have seen something. You look a bit shocked.
why should they be mad?
I mean, like, I'm fairly sure she knows something now.
Saris, are you alright?
None of us are alright if I'm being honest.
Whatever made you think I was on? I'm
I'm
pretty sure
a little
I'm
bit more
insane.
curious than your surface level insane.
Huh?
I think she means a little bit more than your surface level insane.
Well, if we're going beyond the surface level of insane, yeah, that makes sense for none of us to be alright.
In the pattern, Jaxlyn and Kale are both particularly bad.
What do you know? Well, do you intend to keep me in this spit forever?
He pulled it back. You're free.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm gonna fly away.
You're so rude.
This is an awkward situation, guys. What do you think I'm
I
gonna
flip
do?
you off.
Do we know where she's headed? Can we kind of guess?
Eden could.
Eating
easily.
the track her wherever she goes.
Eden,
I don't even know where I'm headed. I'm just heading in a direction.
Eden, is she gonna get tackled by Coltan and Fabian? Or is
Most
the two
definitely.
of them going to try and start something?
Why are they even going?
I don't
Because she
know.
attuned.
I just saw.
They feel it for everybody.
Yeah, remember I
Everybody
said Fabian
could.
felt when Coltan
That's
was
why.
attuned and he was
That's
hit.
why Eden and I came down. We felt it.
Wait,
I don't
hold on.
know.
Do I
Can
know
you?
Balthazar's real identity?
Exactly.
Do I remember who Balthazar
We're not attuned.
is really?
We're home to this realm.
Balthazar is exactly what he said he was. He's a scholar. He was nothing special until you came along.
But he's not my uncle.
Not even.
Not even in the vaguest sense of the word.
Okay.
See, the question is.
By the way, the marks on your arms were not given to you by him.
Oh!
The first time your hands touched the strands of fate, they burned in.
Can I go too?
Oh.
Balthazar started the Order of Diviners, marking himself with tattoos that matched yours.
Oh.
Like her.
Wait, hold on.
You
How
know
old
my
was I when I
romance.
came to
I
the,
know
on
mine.
the material plane?
Your age is kind of mellow.
I would like to
How
know,
old did
but
I
I
look?
have no
How old
idea
did you look?
where.
Yeah.
I think age
Really late
kind of
teen.
doesn't.
I think all of us would
So I don't have any
questions about
memories
our
before.
pasts. Does any of us
Or I
really
didn't
know
have any
anything
memories
about
before.
where we came from? I mean, I think
Okay.
Alyssa does,
So you have two sets of
but
memories.
I don't.
In the first one, you had like Harian was your brother, Eden was your sister, you were happy. You touched the strands of fate, you came to Earth, you guided Balthazar back, and got preparations going, because you knew that bad things were about to go down. He then tried to cast a spell to return, you got caught up in it, it reversed your age, and wiped your memory. He raised you hoping and praying that he was doing everything right to get you back in the state you needed to be.
Aww.
Oh. No. Oh. never told me.
You have absolutely no idea how long I've been working on this.
So,
Do you sleep?
No.
Mood.
I need a short blanket.
Do you want a second jacket? I have a.
I mean, I could offer my flannel. I
Here,
could,
take
but
all
I
of our
don't think it
things.
fits.
I might need my own shock blanket, honestly.
You're
I can
about.
throw mine at you.
It's okay.
I'm barely using this.
We're all about the same size.
I don't know what
Aaron
you're
begs to
talking
differ,
about.
so does Jackie.
What?
We're all the same size. Aaron and Jackie beg to differ.
About the same size.
It was
Really?
It was an estimate.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go with that.
You're just very long.
I'm a hobbit, he is an elf.
Like, I'm not substantially
Ah,
lighter
yes,
than
a
anyone
shame
else.
of a
I'm
day.
just longer.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
So,
you,
Oh, dude, I want to try that.
as you're flying off, the more of your power you access, the more you flip back into the state of existence you were before. As in the demi-goddess of stars and destiny.
Oh, dude, that's so awesome. That's
Yeah. So as you're flying, you look really, really cool.
good to know.
And you see two more of them. You can actually sense them before they appear in your field of view. Fabian and Poltan are coming towards you.
Duh.
I'm going to pointedly ignore them.
Okay. They get within about 500 feet of you. And then Fabian attempts to race forward and he appears to be readying some sort of magic to try to contain you. Coltan catches him by the shoulder and jerks him back. The two of them exchange a few words and fly off.
Oh, they're scheming.
Back towards the ship. They might fire a nuke at you. Beware.
Wait, what?
No, there's no point.
Why not?
You can't kill a dog.
Oh yeah, that's not
Yeah,
the ship.
You can, but like.
Oh, you can. It's just
Fabian
hard.
is- Fine.
Yeah. But he's not really a
But
dog.
that's Fabian. That's Fabian.
She's technically only on the same level of existence they are.
For the at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Ow!
Did you bite your tongue?
I burnt my
Oh no, my bones.
Oh! Coltan is horrendously destructive to the prophecy. Like,
Oh.
out of everyone, he might be the worst.
Oh,
Oh, let's kill him. Let's
know-
do that.
You didn't foretell him at all.
what?
You didn't foretell Coltan at all. Coltan was entirely Baltazar's doing.
See, I'm really warming
Wait.
up to Coltan.
Gotan was Balthazar's doing?
Yeah.
How?
Coltan
going
needed
back
somebody who could
to
get
Self
everyone to the plane. And you hadn't told him how to do it.
He was a vehicle.
So,
Darn you, uncle!
darn you!
Uncle slash son.
Unironically, so another piece that you didn't plan for. Koshel's destiny hangs so deeply in the balance that he could tip the scales for either side.
Yes.
He is currently neither black nor white.
I
I
love
mean,
him.
I could have told you
He's
that.
green.
Yes.
He's great.
Green is easy to green.
It's not.
Another thing,
Wait.
Okay.
Another thing.
so Jackson, Kale, the two of you feel a polite presence at the back of your minds.
Feel like what?
It's urgent, but it's
Polite.
knocking, not demanding.
Do you want it, JK?
Just put them on
Yeah,
speakerphone.
yeah.
Like, put him on speakerphone. It'll be fine.
Sure.
Okay, you accept. Yeah, you hear Harp's familiar voice. Sorry for the intrusion.
Jackson's gonna start stuttering.
Okay. I don't know how
Wait.
one can stutter mentally.
Way. Oh. Alright.
So, do you mind if I borrow
I
your
need to eat
magic?
more popcorn.
My magic?
I just need to appear.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So, are you okay? Are you injured? In distress? In trouble?
The trouble's past. It doesn't matter at this point.
Oh, are you going to accept and you can hear him too?
Okay.
So, Harp visually, like, visibly recoils from most of your mind.
That's fair. I would too.
Well, the thing is, he doesn't recoil from a lot of the stuff that you're most ashamed of. He recognizes a lot of the bloodshed. You actually have a few things in common. You have a similar love for taming very giant beasts.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
We're gonna start a club.
Wait, wouldn't Jackson be a part of that too?
Yeah, you can all sort of sense each other. You can all control about how closed off your mind is, though.
Hey. Start a club.
All real.
Jackson closes off her mind about the book.
Oh, that's a shame.
Really?
It's okay.
Fine.
No, you're good either way. I don't mind.
I mean, I would imagine I noticed, but I'm not going to intrude on that.
Yeah, what is happening?
The God crew is just looking around like, what is going on with these heretics? So, Harp is going to appear, stepping out of Jackson's body. And, hello?
Jackson goes red.
You're missing a few.
For the moment, huh? They're fine.
The daughter of Fate Unfurled?
She is okay. She's thinking about some things right now.
Unfurled.
I hate to break it to you, but I'm not sure if we have time. The aberrations are very, very, very close to the gate. We have been fighting our way there the entire time, but we're crossing armies and we're still miles away.
Oh,
I worry it'll break before we arrive.
right. So I wanted your input on this anyway. So we've encountered a bit of a, you might call it a security system on our side. Would it be a better play to break through the security system and potentially damage it in order to stop whatever's coming through, or should we leave it alone and catch it on its way out?
How does the security system judge?
It's phantoms.
We think it reacts to anyone who isn't from this plane.
But you had said
Or
that
anyone-
they dredge up things like parts of the past, right?
Mm-hmm.
And aberrations wouldn't necessarily have a mind for their past.
Or guilt.
Exactly.
But they're also viewed as incredibly unworthy by Mother.
It's true.
Can you disarm any of it without wrecking the whole?
We can do it by knocking us out.
Right, so we don't actually know that much about how it works. We only kind of just got here.
And one person we might be able to ask about has flown off.
Eden perks up.
Not that one, but
I mean, there's the other person.
Yeah.
which other person?
Eden.
Eden.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Colton and Fabian are going to fly down, and you can sense them at the mouth of the cave.
Okay. Oh,
Sense
we can
some.
sense that. Okay.
Yeah, you're both slightly more attuned now.
How?
How did that work? Exposure?
Oh. No, just practice. The longer you guys have been here, the more stuff you're picking up on.
Fun!
We can talk to each other in our minds, maybe.
Can we? I'm gonna try it.
After a while,
Do it here.
You can sense that she's trying, you can't tell.
after a while,
I'm going to finish the thing with Heart first.
Sorry, yeah.
Okay.
I look at you. Try.
Do you think you'd be more effective than the security?
Right, so I don't know. Because on one level, it's a security system designed by a goddess. I have no illusions of my own competence.
I'll leave the decision up to you, but I figured you should know our situation.
Okay.
Is that us well on both ends?
So,
I'll contact again if I can.
Okay.
with the mention of armies, all of the blockers with Jackson kind of fall down. For
Okay.
Oh, fun fact. Did you
We'll
know that
talk
Sarah
later.
spins beeswax
And he
in Latin?
disappears.
Off you go.
I didn't even
Cram.
That would make sense though. Because there's planets named that. And it looks like.
This is good ambiance for this entire session.
Yeah.
You're welcome. This is Cistern.
Oh, fitting.
So,
What, are you looking at me?
I'm looking at everyone. You had something you wanted to say first.
I'm going to eventually, after blowing off some steam, I'm going to circle back to the ship.
An island explodes.
Oh! I'm going to go back to the ship and go back to my room and like try to patch up the wall that I blasted out. A little, maybe.
Okay. You are capable of that. So, would you like to know the rest of the stuff that's changed?
For
Yeah.
reference, it's already fixed.
Wait, what? It's already fixed? You fixed it?
Mending.
I already patched it.
Oh, you... Okay.
Is that a surprise though?
So,
Oh, messages are happening.
oh, did I miss something?
Oh,
No, not in the group chat. It's something
Okay.
else.
Did you get it?
Oh.
Hold on.
oh, yeah. So it's not.
Yes.
What's going on?
Precisely.
Do you have to go?
No.
Okay.
It's okay.
After attunement.
Your strength is going to go up by 4. So that's an additional +2 on your modifier. Your wisdom is going to go up by 4, so that's an additional +2 modifier.
Okay. Sorry, stuff goes up by 4. Strength is up. Okay.
So, you gain Exalted Compass. You will never again be lost in this dimension, and you can find anything else attuned to order.
Nice. Hey, so, attunement.
You get once per long rest, a legendary resistance. You auto-pass a saving throw.
Try it.
Dude,
Nice.
do we want to do that?
I just want to know why Kale's against.
So-
Ask.
Yeah, we can.
Kale, why are you so against attunement?
Right, so I feel like it's a matter of context.
Okay.
Attunement is, after a fashion,
Well,
taking a small part of a god, grinding it down, and then
So,
infusing it into a mortal.
Your concentration.
So things like that have happened a handful of times on material plane. Every time,
As your bonus action every round you choose.
people have died. A couple of times, the entire universe has broken
At a
down.
60-foot range on spell attack. You gain access to the Eldritch Blast cantrip.
I don't
Based
know.
on intelligence.
Honestly, we seem to have lucked out twice. I mean, right, so as far as I see it, we are playing literal Russian roulette with this.
But
you
what
can
if
take
we're...
rolls in an intelligence-based roll.
Supposed to.
So here's the other half of it. I feel like for
This
you
is
two
a
in
good
particular, you'll probably luck out
You're
each other,
dramatically more powerful. Yes.
if that is what your intention is.
If you could like message me on that at some point,
It
that
seems
would
Yeah.
as though everybody
It is a
that
lot of
has been
things, but I figured you'd be happy.
has seen things that are useful to our cause. And
This is true.
Difficult 10, yeah.
He hasn't told us anything.
But like, I feel like the more we know, despite the risk, it's gonna be all good. Really?
Kashel is going to cut in a little bit here and go. I think the more we attune, the closer we get to one side of the story and the further from the other.
But isn't the entire goal to reach the end?
Which
That's
end?
why we came here, isn't
I mean, not
Which
all
end?
ends are created equal.
So
But-
I will
so
not
here's the
attune
thing.
because
For
that's
every one of us that attunes, we declare a side.
That is true.
For every one of us that attunes, our objective, my objective, I guess, of remaining neutral in this little spat becomes a little bit smaller. A lot smaller, actually.
Poor Kale.
no worries. I won't do the dumb thing of attuning.
You and me both. Right,
But I'm
so
thinking it
at this
will for
point,
you.
like I said, if you two are of the intention to attune, that is your prerogative as far as I'm concerned.
My concern is what attune will do if we go to another dimension, as you said.
It could potentially be very bad.
I'm not particularly worried about the material plane yet, but the more pressing problems of the aberrations and such.
There's also a possibility that you physically can't leave.
Physically what?
No, you physically can't leave this plane after you attune.
That is true.
This is
It's
home
not
now,
like
isn't
I
it?
have any rest.
I mean, just gonna put this away.
Actually, wait.
I'm still.
You don't
That's,
have to.
that's like the one thing I'm still trying to figure out is
I
how
don't
I
know.
got kicked out. And you, for that matter, but me.
Sure, but
that's
it
the only
also
way to
like
figure it
literally
out.
shattered you.
Huh?
You became something else entirely when you did it.
What if Mother wanted us to?
So I mean, historically, like the three of you, when you left, you radically changed who you were.
I don't
He's
know.
not
but,
wrong.
but she
Ceres was
left.
far more obedient in the past.
Wait, what?
I said he's not wrong. Ceres was far more obedient to Mother in the past. You really love her.
Okay. Huh.
Is it that shocking?
Ceres has picked up a lot of chaos since then.
Yeah.
She's like gone from like neutral good to like straight chaotic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chaotic what? Just chaotic.
Yeah.
Just chaotic.
I think for right now, we just need to get on that island, so we need to
Yeah. I said we have.
open that
Does
weird
this
door.
mean we have to knock? Oh, does that mean Kayla and I have to knock ourselves out again?
I think that's the safest way to transport both of you.
Like,
Okay.
I think
So-
I have a better option than conking ourselves in the head.
I'm gonna cut to Ceres for a moment. The next time all the strands come together, the next time something really, really big happens that everyone is involved in, it's inside that temple.
That's cool.
Mother left a message for you.
Wait, a message for me?
All of you.
It's a care package.
Oh, a care package from Mom.
Instant utility for everyone else.
Oh, yes.
I'd rather not.
Yeah, I know. That wasn't true.
Oh, did I do a flight through before I left?
Huh?
Did I do a flight through of the temple before I left?
I didn't go so you didn't have time.
Okay, that's fine.
You also couldn't get into the temple any more than they could.
That's true.
I think Etherealness could have gone through that freaking door.
No.
Okay.
Do we even really want to open that door?
I want to see what's inside. You can call it curiosity.
But that's also the gate.
But I want to
It's
see
a-
it.
It's another layer for aberrations to break through. That's
Why-
where they're going to come in.
See, that's where I'm at. Like, the more we strip away from this, the more potential defenses
Yeah.
that we're disarming.
Agreed.
Like, ideally, if we had the numbers to actually do it, the best plan would be to simply surround the army with everything, the island with everything we've got, and keep anything from leaving.
I think Cash could just put a seal over the portal.
Is Enid back with us, or is she still transit?
If Cash puts a seal in the portal, he's in there with it.
Ah, that's true. Let's not do that. Never mind.
Do you like that?
I mean, he is the type.
Yeah, but
I
like,
like
I
you.
like him. He doesn't need to die.
So, Harry and Ceres and Saoirse would all be able to sense. You
I have granola.
remember the rickshaw?
Yes.
Yeah, no granola bars.
It's headed your way.
You should like eat somewhat
good.
real food.
It's a day or two out still, but it's going in the right direction and it's not turning. It knows where it's going.
Wait, what does Sarah sense?
The rickshaw, it's on its way.
Should we be worried? I know you can feel it.
Right, so, Eden, would you happen to know if, oh, what's his face?
Fabian,
No, not Fabian.
what's that?
Down.
Are those of us who are attuned the only ones who have been attuned so far?
Fabian? Do you count those born attuned?
For these intents and purposes, no.
Fabian, Kultan, and Ceres. Balthazar was.
Okay, thank you.
Oh,
Nobody's gonna pay attention to the fact that Balthazar was.
How
Now, here's a question that we should think about.
he was.
do you... Eden, where's that guy that Kashil stabbed the other day?
Brother?
I knew it.
Ring.
Where is he?
He's waiting in the temple.
If he's waiting, how did he get in?
I think we got to go.
We really should get going.
We don't have to open it.
Eden like looks and would you rather fly?
That would be ideal, thanks.
Then you all kind of swoop away and head that direction.
I really gotta learn how to do this.
Try not to tie yourself up this time.
Eden giggles.
sounding very nice.
That's. So the thing being, technically you're already attuned.
Yeah, but like I can't freaking fly, man. I can just swim really
We're
fast.
broken.
Wait.
Here, though, I don't think flying and swimming have a substantial difference. I think you could probably swim through the air if you really put mind to it.
You can, at about the same speed.
Okay,
What?
so yeah, but that would take an action.
So, Ceres isn't the same as them as far as.
Yoda, my sister.
What do you mean the same as?
Because they sort of still had their connection,
Uh-huh.
and Ceres didn't have anything.
Uh-huh.
Depends. How would you interpret portent?
I mean,
Because that's not a human ability.
Woo!
Eden,
okay.
what are our other siblings?
Our other siblings? They're the Guardians.
Oh, wait, but they're not
Wait.
figures.
Is
Going
that,
to the well.
is that Harp in them?
Hmm?
Is that Harp in them?
No, those are the Forsaken.
Oh, okay.
Harriet,
Eden doesn't know about the Forsaken yet.
Yeah, that's weird.
you never saw me in any of your memories, did you?
No.
So you could ask Ceres. She knows where you came from.
Hi.
But she's not with us, is she?
Well, we'll say that you guys
flying
arrived on the
back,
ship unless you had
right?
something you wanted to talk about without Ceres there.
Heidi, are you in your room?
Yeah. Hello?
Do you mind if I talk to you for a second?
For the sake of simplicity, would you like to recast Find Familiar?
Yes, please.
Okay. Raphael is shaking and a little bit scared, but he calms down after a few minutes of you holding him.
He's probably swearing.
No, he's scared.
I think he swears when he's happy, which makes me happy.
Right,
Okay,
so
Shane.
what did you want exactly?
So when you tuned,
Instead of
I
happy
had one
birthday,
of
it's
the
just
Harry
repeated
moments,
F-bombs.
Harry and
a Harry
something.
moment?
Harriet.
Oh,
He saw things.
I've had my share of Harry moments.
He's had a lot of visions.
Harry?
Yeah, things get hairy sometimes. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Harry moments. Oh, as in visions? Why
Yes.
is that Harry?
Because he's had.
Because the last time I touched a
pertaining to
crystal,
this
I
plane.
remembered playing tag with children.
Oh, no.
So
Oh, are you
Harry
there?
Saw
What?
things
Are you there?
about this
Where?
plane.
With
and
these two?
I'm making an
No.
assumption here, but I'm just guessing that you saw
I was
it
just trying to
too.
figure out what's going on.
Yeah, I saw a lot of things. It was a lot.
And I'm just wondering
Eden.
if you saw me.
Did I see her in any of it?
Yes.
Yes.
You want to hear something crazy?
Yes.
So, you needed another piece to the puzzle. Nothing was complete, and you needed it all to fit together. When you came to the material plane, you improvised.
Oh my.
You found her as an immortal seal in the ocean,
Wait,
and planted the seeds of everything you needed to happen.
wait. An immortal seal?
Yeah, Selkie. They don't age.
Wait. On the material plane?
Yeah, the first time you came to get Balthazar.
You idiot.
Where am I?
No, you're not.
Ah.
Dang it, I want to be the idiot.
So wait.
Does she know who the it is?
Not
It
bad.
is the brother.
Oh,
The
it
green
is the
blood
brother.
guy? Wait.
Nice call.
So,
Why did we call him an it?
he's it. Wait, so I found a Selkie and did what to her?
Oh gosh.
What did I do to her?
You found a Selkie, and you talked to her for a little bit. She was in a very simple state of mind. You planted a few ideas.
You
I
were
was
simple.
dumb.
You still are.
You got super important, and you made sure she was in the right place at the right time.
Seal intelligence is a different animal than human intelligence.
I think the seal form is smarter than me right
So
now.
actually, Sersha has nothing to do with Mother, and everything to do with your plan.
Wait, so
This
she,
is space. Am I not there?
she's not one of Mother's children?
You ensured a route where she could get adopted, basically. Yeah.
Sign these, please, Mother.
Heroism with
Why?
maggots.
Just sign them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to tell her that awkwardly.
You're adopted.
I actually want to hear how you say this.
Do
Yeah,
So this
right.
you're adopted.
So I think, wait, so she was originally from the material plane, right? Right. So you're not, I mean, you were here, but before that you weren't here. You were on the other,
So I'm not from here.
I mean, you're adopted, sort of.
That's happened a few times.
Well, that's sort of
They return me every time.
good for you.
Oh.
But yeah, so you were a seal, right? Like an immortal seal.
Selkie.
Yeah. But I guess when I was on the material plane before, like the first time, then I found you, and like...
The first time. They don't know about the first time. You didn't tell them.
Well, she's doing it right now.
The first time?
The first time. Like, so, do I want to try it?
For the sake of convenience, I'm going to say that since she's explaining this, you guys tend to walk in.
Yay. We all know stuff now.
Where's everyone else?
Either they're listening from down the hall, they're listening from around the door, or they walk in. It's their choice.
I
Not
keep
sure.
It's so
the door
that you don't
cracked
have
open
to
and I
explain
listen to
everything.
ears.
Okay, I guess.
Oh jeez.
Jackson's like,
I need a long rest, you guys.
Yeah.
Same.
You blew
Yeah.
everything, and she blew both of her portents.
That was a lot of stuff.
So you were a seal, and I talked to you, and sort of
Wait.
brought you here.
When I'm here for this.
Oh.
I'm here for this.
Yeah.
The puzzles and pieces and connected things.
Alright.
And yeah, I'm really bad at explaining
No,
things.
you're doing good.
Maybe I could draw like a timeline.
A time.
Pictures are better.
Yeah.
Pictures are better.
You have minor illusion?
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to minor illusion something into the air to explain this.
Okay.
Oh.
So,
I see all the
Whoever took
dots.
the corner piece out, you're my favorite person.
wait, what?
Somebody just took a piece out of the corner.
Those are the best
Oh.
ones.
Really?
I didn't take it, but they are the good ones.
It's true.
Well, so does that make you like
My mom.
no.
You have a biological mother.
Awesome. You have a seal mom, I assume. Oh, a seal.
She's immortal. Never mind.
But I
We don't
get,
talk about birth and
maybe like
immortality.
older adopted sibling.
Cool.
Yeah.
Alright.
Old, I mean, we're both immortal, and I actually, I don't know.
No, you're older than the material plane.
Yeah,
Essentially.
older, probably.
so she's
yeah.
like your great weird aunt.
Twice removed.
Yeah. I'm your crazy aunt.
That's kind of like me compared to the country of England.
So, in summary, you needed me to be a piece in the puzzle, and I'm not, essentially.
I mean, you were here, and then you weren't.
Well, if
Wait.
you think about
She was
it,
never here.
Oh, she wasn't here. You weren't here. You are from here.
if you think about it, she instilled the things that she needed to in you, and you're a portal person.
Yeah, actually, so nobody questioned the fact that Fabian used your pill to get here?
I've been meaning to ask, but then there was
Yeah,
Man
you see where
Burner of a
this is?
ton of
there was
questions.
man spider. Man, I was distracted.
Yeah, you see how long I've been planning this?
Yes, I do.
Okay, good.
So, do you think if you're part of the prophecy and she's still part of that in you, do you think you could close portals?
I've never tried it.
Hello, yo, hi.
Darian walks around the corner.
Alright, well,
So,
Kale waltzes.
no, I'm
Thanks for
avoiding people right
helping me
now.
Are you stealthing?
figure that out, I guess.
I'll
Well, I'm
get
just listening at my door.
wrap a biscuit out of my pocket. It's a bit crumbled,
oh,
and then I will go and I want to find Fabian if he's on the boat.
Okay.
You can do what you will. I don't want to steal the time.
I'm giving
You guys have
Raphael
something
all the
crossing.
scriptures.
Okay. So if you're not going to eat it, Raphael will eat the biscuit.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like you need to eat anymore anyway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you don't
we
have
don't
to
have to eat anymore.
I like eating.
That's
It's an
not-
It's
option.
alright.
Fabian still eats.
Should have thought of that
He's a
before you
glutton.
assumed.
A glutton, I say.
Guess what? You're permanently connected to Fabian now unless you make another mistake.
Oh goodness, you're like siblings now.
It's just a thing.
Here's the.
Kill, you would bring that up too.
Okay, you're going to go find Fabian.
It's like, you're
Fabian and
basically
Coltan
related to
having a very
Fabian
long
now.
Just quarters.
I'm going to not enter. I want to hear what they're fighting about.
So you want to hear
Wait,
what they're
who's
fighting
fighting?
about? Coltan and Fabian are having a very
Oh,
loud
that's fine.
argument
Here,
in the
to the
captain's
door.
quarters.
Oh, you did.
The general just of it, you walked in the middle, but they're debating a lot about what should be done next, and Fabian is kind of shutting down everything that Coltan says to respect Coltan's attempts to make peace, and he's like, Fabian's like, you aren't even meant to be here. Your presence here, in this plane, could destroy everything that I hold dear.
Who's saying that to you?
Fabian is saying that to Coltan.
Yep. Okay.
Fabian is part of your plan.
That's stupid.
What? You've done it. You've done this.
It's your fault.
The betrayal.
So it's your fault.
I've connected the dots.
You haven't connected anything.
You connected like one of her constellations. She's like, you're an idiot who did this.
Yes.
I know where they go.
This is how your triangle has only two pieces.
I've got it. I've got it.
There you go.
I took pieces.
It's literally just the meme of that guy being like,
Your mere presence here could destroy everything that I've worked for so long to protect. You were never meant to come. I need you to remember that.
Hey, can I like eavesdrop on them with my brain?
No, but I can say that
Oh.
you're like up there.
Oh, well.
Do you
well,
want to press
they would be
your ear
able
to
to
the
send
door
you
with
outside of the door anyway. You do realize that, right?
Wait, what?
They can send you outside of the door.
Oh, yeah.
It's true.
You can't be
Okay.
sneaky around them
Yeah, I'm in my
anymore.
room.
It sucks to be suck.
Actually, that is something you should figure out.
What if I pass without a trace?
Oh, never mind.
I'd be willing to help you out. You're my friend. I'm apparently my ruler.
Wait,
I-
what?
It's all you're doing.
I am going to also
You brought
up
up
this
Fabian.
conversation, actually.
Okay.
Okay, so they're still yelling at each other.
Yeah, and Coltan finally just shouts back with a roar like thunder. Well, you're stuck with me now. I'm here. I am doing everything I can to help. I am making the best, and then you just hear like this thunk.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. And a body falls.
I am making the best of this I can.
That's when they make
For better or worse.
That's great.
And then you hear like this wrenching sound. And
Did he
steel
just get
split wood.
stabbed?
No.
Oh.
So he cut the desk in half.
Oh.
It was such a nice desk.
I fixed that desk. I say to Sir.
This isn't the rickshaw.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, this is the Duchess.
Well, you
Different
have to
desk.
fix. Oh, to a whisper. You have to fix another.
You have to fix it out.
Sorry.
My lot in
all
life.
the rope.
So stop criticizing everything I didn't know I did wrong and tell me what I can do right.
You can leave.
I'm gonna open the door. Sorry, gentlemen. To interrupt.
So you see like Coltan, a full foot taller than Fabian, like looming over him with a finger to his chest. And Fabian just has this arrogant look like, come at me, I'll still win.
Are you two having a moment?
Nothing of the sort.
Should we leave alone?
What did you need?
Well, I want to talk to you.
Alright, let's take a walk.
Why do you have to walk?
Because I'm not in here with him.
Then
All
make
right,
him
We're
win.
going for a walk.
You're leaving with Fabian?
Yeah.
I suppose so.
I'm gonna stay with Colton.
Okay, would you like to
Yeah.
converse?
I would like to ask him something better.
Okay, we're going to you there
Don't worry.
first, if you don't mind.
You know what? I'm going to start sneaking around. I'm going to like follow them discreetly.
So, want to know something cool?
Yeah.
You have priority over most of the Exalted.
Dude, what does that mean?
So,
She's
as one of
big
the children,
sister.
you can choose whether or not to be sensed by them.
I will choose not to be safe.
Keeping in mind, you can do nothing about Eden.
Wait. Oh, is she one of the? Oh.
She's one of the children.
Okay.
This is getting
She
real.
Oh,
doesn't
good.
really pose a-
I can always.
Oh, I'm
sense
glad you
she's-
like it. This was so long in the making. I didn't think we'd get this far. So,
We're all gonna die next.
I'm excited.
I'm
Death is part of the journey.
I mean, I am personally way in favor of this TPK.
I
okay.
have.
Please, I mean,
Honestly, if you guys don't handle the next fight well. So, Claudian just kind of does his little half strut thing that says, "I'm better than all of you," as he walks across the deck.
Did I ever tell you that your walk is really annoying?
Did
Wow.
I ever tell you that your face is
It sounds over a barrel.
and then I just duck back behind it.
Your reaction was priceless though.
You just hear the phantom voice.
Oh yes.
Did I ever tell you that your walk was really annoying? Is that what the last thing you said? He grins and puts more hip in it.
Oh no. Thought you'd do that.
No, did you need something?
Yes, I did. I'm going to take my skin out of my back pocket.
That's the craziest thing to say.
I'm going to take my skin out. So obviously you needed this. What exactly did you use it for?
To get here.
But what does that entail? You said it before.
He stops his. Do you know why we left you? You knew what we were doing.
I've been trying to figure that out for 4 years.
I swear on my mother's grave, both of them,
Wait, oh.
yeah, that I was trying to play straight. I didn't turn a pirate. Will you shut up? This isn't it. Okay.
Well, you're failing at that.
You're doing a fine job.
That I was trying to play straight. I didn't take a pirate off of his throne to become one. So we tried to go legit. We were working for Faraday again. Brought the Duchess back under the command. And Faraday took some rather large hits to their reputation. The very first sail that the Duchess undertook was a massive disaster, and
You're a massive disaster. Do you do something?
the very first journey the Duchess undertook was a massive disaster by itself. And then it turns out that Faraday was selling money, well, not money, selling weapons to both sides
Those
of
aren't
the
mine,
War of
so I
Succession.
assume so.
Okay.
Wait, what?
King Raquel didn't
Definitely
take
love
over.
that.
Yeah, we've all they've been on this table.
We got less and less money every year. People weren't eating well. You never noticed. You like raw fish.
I did. Do you still like
Sushi is great though.
I do like raw fish still. That's fun.
So we turned to smuggling.
Worst things.
Smuggling was all well and good until someone let something slip.
What?
Finn.
What?
He wasn't too good.
So
Try.
you,
I never let it slip though.
not yet. But we will do over the next few months. You
My
would.
dice doesn't like you. Deal with it.
Yeah, sorry.
We were going to leave you on the shore. I was going to leave your skin with you. Be courteous. It seemed like the only clothes you owned that hadn't belonged to Finn at one point or another.
That is true.
And then it whispered to me.
Oh, that's good. I said from behind the barrel.
It's gonna moisturize me.
Oh no.
Wasn't at first. But it spoke in all of my darkest moments. It told me that this is not how it was meant to be, that there were other things out there. That not every life is one of strife. And I wanted that really, really badly. Do you know what you told us? You told us that as a seal, as a Silky, your life was so simple. That it was bliss. You had no worries besides dodging a shark and where your next meal would come from. Both of which were in abundance in the ocean, I'm sure.
Fairly confident she would take a shark.
I could totally take a shark.
She can take
But
a
I
shot.
wanted both of those so bad.
Fish and sharks?
Shut up! Please let me get through this!
Sorry. No, I'm confused. Sorry. Okay.
You wanted simplicity and safety.
Oh, okay. I should stop.
It's okay.
I wanted both of those so badly. But no, I had a crew to look after. I had volunteers. I had a family, whether I picked them or not. And I wasn't strong enough. We turned to piracy for a bit, but we won. We got the ship. But I couldn't stand to see my own men die. It was then that Mother made her offer. Told me where to go and what to do. She gave me everything I wanted. She gave me safety. She gave me simplicity. Life here, I'm finally strong enough to protect everyone, and I don't have to put anyone else in danger. Food is not a concern. Gold is not a concern. It loses its worth when it's nothing more than a rock on the ground. I found paradise. And it's falling apart all around me as soon as you show up.
Oh, jeez.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. I can't place blame on location.
It's not your fault. I'm not gonna forgive you for it,
I don't accept it.
but I know why you did it now, and you have a good reason. As much as I hate to say it.
I don't think the ends justify the means. Turns out you can't run from guilt in another dimension. Now, did you need anything else?
Not at the moment.
It's good to see you again.
It's good to see you too.
Yeah. Oh,
You're not gonna turn on us, are you?
whose side are you on?
It's a good question.
I picked mine. I'd make your choice if I were you. So I'm gonna stand up and walk away.
Excuse me.
That was a really intense
Right.
expression before that hurt. Colton.
Colton, would you mind helping me pick up part of this desk so I can put it back together?
Yeah, that's on me.
That's fine. A little furniture casualty is better than anything else.
Holds it up. It was that or his neck at that point.
No, I wouldn't be opposed to like his neck, but I mean I can see why you made the choice you did. I've been meaning to ask you. So how exactly did you attune? Because you didn't have the scroll, did you?
I didn't. Bart memorized it.
Oh, that would make
Legendary.
sense. So Bart didn't attune.
Bart did not attune.
And did he offer any reasoning for that?
He said he didn't like it when he was the guinea pig. He thought about attuning his butler.
I like Bart. I respect Bart. Bart's a good egg.
I'm bad.
No, I'm pretty sure Jackson's the bad.
Jackson is a hard-boiled egg.
The hardest of boiled eggs.
Colton is kind of a scrambled egg at this moment. Eden is sunny side up.
Yo,
Aw.
she's soft.
Right, that's interesting. Alright, thanks.
Running time.
I'm also gonna go through his desk.
Okay. So, it's a bunch of old things. They seem really random knickknacks.
I
The
imagine
only thing
Colton's
is-
gonna help me too.
No, Colton is going to like turn his back and then stand in front of the door and look threateningly at everyone.
Good way.
Yeah. Nobody is going to come in. Even Fabian like sees this and like,
This is our office.
this office belongs to the axe.
Who do they claim?
It's a bunch of little knickknacks with sentimental value. So, at the very bottom drawer, you find a rock with a little carving in familiar handwriting that says, "Thank you for taking me in."
Oh,
I think that's adorable.
I have expected you to swipe it.
I'm not evil. I'm just morally ambiguous.
Very.
You're morally neutral. Do what needs done. How pragmatic. Are you done back there?
Yeah.
Just to confirm, and he turns around, it was you that robbed my desk, right?
Yeah. I didn't mean to take most of that stuff. Sorry about that.
It found its way back to me. Did you really have to show Cashel?
I didn't know that he wasn't in on it.
That's fair. You would have made a very good soldier.
Was one at one point.
That explains a lot.
Yeah.
Well, we found a new war. At least I know which side is the right one this time. I'm just gonna step away.
Question.
Yes.
Did I learn anything concrete about Hotan
From a tuning? So, looking at him kind of disgusts you right now. He is quite literally a wolf in sheep's clothing. He epitomizes everything that Paradise was meant to oppose, and yet he attuned.
Wow, Mother sure got it in for Coldan.
Mother knows best. Take it from your
Do
mother.
I feel like talking to him would do any good at all? Or
Depends on what you're going to try to convince him of.
oh, I wasn't going to try to convince him. I was just going to try to get information.
Make what?
Information.
Okay, you could try. He doesn't really know much that hasn't been said. He's way more in the dark than you are right now.
I'm just not right.
Would anyone else like to do anything?
Jackson is.
I'd like to go to sleep.
Okay.
Jackson is busy.
Trance.
A rest would be good.
Trance. You no longer need to sleep.
Well, I'm going to sleep anyway. Can I sleep?
You would sit there
It's
for
an
a
option.
long
Yes.
time.
You
So-
can
Thinking
sleep.
about sleeping.
That's good.
Since when has
It's more like a
sleep been
trance, though.
important to you?
So you only control how long your trance is. It's really light rest, and you relive memories from your first set of memories.
Well, that's just depressing.
You remember the first time you met Balthazar?
Oh. Wait, how did I meet Balthazar?
You teleported into his office.
That sounds like me.
That does sound like
You kind of scared the bejeebies out of him. He was trying to predict something at the time.
he was trying to like summon a lesser demon. And...
Behold!
Well, actually, he was trying to summon a Fae.
Oh,
I mean...
Believe it or not, when you looked through his notes, he was decently close to discovering this dimension on his own. A final thing worthy of note. You know that cipher?
Yeah.
You can now decode it.
Anything that I didn't already find out?
Tons. So, the final piece of the cipher details the spell that he used to try to get back home and how it went disastrously wrong. There's a million theories that he went back on that he thought maybe I could try to fix this, but he never dared come back. It gets more and more emotional towards the end. He is so scared. You picked him for a grander purpose. You showed him paradise. And then he messed everything up. He spent the final 20 years of his life raising you and hoping desperately he could fix his own mistake.
I feel such a weird mix of like mentor and student feelings.
I feel that.
Weird.
It's kind of what I was going for, really. I feel good at this. So, there's still the problem of getting into the temple.
it's true.
And Harp said that you have a very definitive time limit.
It's true.
So, I'm going to say that you all have time for a long rest, restock what you don't have. I'd roll for it if I were you.
What?
Not good.
Oh, I don't like this.
Kale spends his trance time reflecting that he just spent all of his spell slots on the stupidest thing.
Yeah, you
Haste! That felt pretty important. You almost got it. If she'd succeeded her grapple, she would not be
It was
attuned.
a good
But
goal.
then we wouldn't have gotten this amazing
True.
door drop.
True. I would have found a way, I guarantee it. I had like 2 backup plans.
Okay. Did Harp give us like a...
He didn't give you a time limit, but he said that it was bad.
Out of 10.
You can also contact him at literally any
Oh,
time.
okay.
Honestly, we just weren't sure if you would answer or not, I guess.
Oh.
You can, Ceres can, and Kale can now.
Can what?
Contact Harp.
Alright.
Okay.
How does Hart fit into how she prophesied things?
Ah, Harp.
Shoot. This
So-
couch is coming apart underneath.
It is. It's so bad. It's.
Are you going to ask her?
Yes.
Okay, do it in character.
I already forgot what I was asking. How does Hart fit into your prophecy?
You're in my room. Hello.
You just teleported. He face-stepped into it.
Just like
You hear Balthazar's voice from the grave. Karma.
suddenly emo.
What did you ask me something?
Yes.
What?
It's such a hard. That's such a weird thing. Did you ask me something? Yes.
What was that?
How does he fit into your prophecy?
Right. That's.
So, you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Okay, Mother was always very, very tight-lipped about the Forsaken.
Yes.
She talked about a kind of prodigal brother of hers. Someone who initially weighed in on making Utopia. He was helping, and then he did something horribly, horribly wrong. And the two of them fought violently. It almost destroyed everything the first time. Eventually, Mother won. She was the elder of the two. And he was banished.
No idea like what he did wrong.
You have no clue what he did wrong. So,
I can talk to Mother now. I can talk to Mother now.
no.
No.
It's
I mean, as much as you can talk to a corpse.
Yeah. So, you remember how Harp explained talking to his brother? His brother being the Forsaken God. He hears echoes of orders long past, and they only arrive when he needs them. It's kind of like that. You also have to realize you could see further into the future than Mother could.
Where's all of that?
Where
You should do that right now.
Yeah.
The problem being, you could see further into the future by tapping strands of the pattern and following them up. The strands of the pattern are now so horribly frayed and tangled together, you can't tell anymore. Some of them have been cut entirely.
Who wrote this? It's a disaster.
You're welcome.
You and Mother.
Ah.
The problem is, Kultan, most of these people were never meant to be here.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you most of that.
thank you.
So, she actually does not know about the Forsaken. Mother didn't. And they're not part of your pattern, you could only sense order.
Mother's annoying.
Mother knows best.
Oh,
Listen
no.
to your mother.
Oh, no.
Just get it rolled out.
So things have changed, other than everyone being here.
Lots of things have changed. I'm in a bad mood right now.
Ceres has gone through so much character development in this last hour.
When was the last event you saw? Oh yeah, it was the glass. We were all in the glass event. Is that just the last event, or?
So, saw is really, really relative.
That's true.
Like, pinned down with exactness. The last, are you asking the last event that she pinned down in exactness?
Yeah.
It would be leaving with Balthazar. Or you pictured Balthazar leaving, but Balthazar screwed
Wait, in
stuff
the
up.
past or the future?
You can't see anything. The future, like even since you arrived here, it's been so sketchy.
This is sketchy.
The crazy thing is, you can actually touch every piece of the order and trace it backwards.
I'm gonna
You're gonna
touch you
leave.
forehead.
I'd like to know my past too. Okay.
Do I get anything to
Yeah, actually.
I'd rather know everything.
So you can trace it back through millennia, and most of it's really boring. Well, these people don't really
That's
have
true.
lives in the traditional sense.
It's
They're
just
not
like a
marked by huge.
soap opera.
It's like her life when she was a selfie. She didn't really care about much except for the fact that she was still breathing and she could eat.
Do you
She
know
was
how I
happy.
left?
So, Harriet was distinctly different from everyone else, though. All of the children were. In a world where peace is the only thing that she wanted people to know, he was taught to fight. So, Harriet was an eventuality. Mother thought that maybe one day the prodigal son would come back or the aberrations would arise. You were preparation for that. And you weren't exactly kicked out.
What?
So, you are going to see this. You see the inside of the temple, which is something that not even Harriet remembers at this moment.
That's not surprising.
You remember Mother, you remember a lot of things, really. This was the last time you saw Mother, in fact. A portal opened in the heart of the temple, and aberrations came spilling out. Harriet leapt to its defense, as well as the other brothers and the It.
And the It.
Eden did her best.
Oh no, Eden. Poor Eden.
Eden is more of a mage than a fighter.
Yeah.
But you guys managed to fight off a fair amount. Mother contributed as much as she could, but there were waves upon waves upon waves. You remember fighting for hours on end without tiring, sustained by nothing but the Order. Healed by the Order and fighting for the Order. It ended when you got injured. You were hurt, and Mother couldn't take it. She nuked all of the aberrations and sealed the portal. Nothing was getting in or out, but in order to save you, she sent you to the Prime Material Plant. The island that you saw burning in your dreams for 4 years was this temple.
Wait, that was a thing?
Yeah, remember? Like,
Oh,
day one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've
that
been
was
planning
so
this
long
for a
ago.
while.
That amnesia wasn't even roleplay.
I forgot that. Oh.
I've been planning this for forever, so congratulations.
Okay.
It all makes sense.
Go on.
The pieces.
I just choose to believe that Sarah's has been like touching your forehead for a really long time now. And Winter is just like, well, this may as well happen.
I'm annoyed by the touch, but I figured she's doing something important, so I have to bear
You
it.
saw her eyes gloss over.
That's a good sign.
She's like sparkling slightly.
Anyway,
You got to see him. Well, actually, as soon as he left this dimension,
yeah.
you like couldn't sense him anymore. He was outside of the Order.
Yeah.
But when they came back, he seemed more connected.
Yeah.
Was the spell that bounced me out of here the second time where they cut me off? Okay.
Completely. Mother always intended him to come back. Mother had nothing to do with you leaving. You can blame Balthazar's faulty magecraft.
Sucks to suck, Balthazar.
Oh.
I feel immense sympathy for Balthazar.
That too.
He and Kultan have a lot of similarities, actually.
Anyway, I can tell you some stuff about you. I'll do that.
I hear all of that.
She says,
I will settle for no less than all of it.
Rolling insight constantly. Is this a lie? Is she leaving something
You
out?
will tell me. I will not let you rest.
Okay, so do you just want to like repeat what I said?
Yep.
So, you know that.
Thank you.
Yeah, you should get out the fighting now.
The more Sarah's changes, the more she stays the same. Raphael is stress eating, by the way.
Same.
He's probably like.
I walk out and I slowly close the door.
Okay then, bye.
You see Kishal in the hall and he slow claps.
I dip my head a little bit in acknowledgement.
So Kishal looks and how are you wearing your blades?
Which ones?
The knives. So they were designed for you to be able to just chain them from here up around your shoulders into your forearm while they're still sheathed, and you can just flick your wrists and they'll fly into your hands.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
He looks and he's like, "You want to try those out?" Okay, the two of you go into a little next. We're not actually doing it. Sorry. We could, I guess, but there are other things that need to be done. Like a plan, so the harp doesn't die.
I mean, don't look at me. I'm asleep.
Well, you've woken up by now.
Oh, okay.
Are we saying this is a new day?
Yeah. It's a new day. It's a new day. Who are you?
I have the choice between spring and summer. And it's probably gonna be summer.
Fighting is a good thing right now, yes.
That's what I thought. And then I can just have it be really cool that as winter looks into the sun, his snow melts and it turns into fire.
So, also a cool thing, when you swing your swords, they paint flames through the air now.
Oh,
And when winter held them, they like wreathed from the bottom of the chain to the top of each blade in frost.
I'm a bad A.
Yeah, it would break and leave snowflakes while you were foot swinging it around. Sarah's walking.
Oh,
Where is Sarah's walking to?
Just like pacing
Oh, okay.
endlessly.
Raphael sits and watches with like a biscuit in one foot and he's just eating it.
Good boy.
Cyrus wants a familiar. Saoirse wants a familiar.
I have a crab.
My allegiance. Oh,
Crowley.
I have my fish.
You do have your
Crowley
fish.
and-
Your fish followed you all this way.
Sorry.
Oh, I do have a picture of a bird that is like swallowed off by a. Look, behold
How
him.
much time?
Well, Raphael is red and blue.
Do you think we should?
Well, I mean, he's a bird and he's like part blue. So,
Okay.
like,
She basically, she just wanted to show you a picture of her.
I just wanted to show you a picture of a bird.
Yeah, for Raphael, mix a bird of paradise with a harpy eagle.
It's a problem for those.
Ask.
Yeah.
I need to get everyone to the building.
Oh. Yeah, never mind.
The unconscious thing might work, but the figures might go inside the temple.
Ah, I'm
I never
stressed.
said we need to be conscious to use our hands.
I've been stress eating since I got here.
I thought we wanted to.
Really?
I want to. But
What?
I feel successful.
Wow.
What?
Most of it was Ceres's fault.
Hey, I helped.
I say that's what Mother felt last time.
is the temple with the heart be within 1 mile of where we are right now?
What are you planning? You can't teleport up.
No, I can't teleport, but I wanted to.
You can, yes.
detect
It
portal.
is. So, detect portal. You can sense the portal. It's there. It's huge. You can theoretically reach to a lot of planes. It is intimately connected to Mother's memory and very much sealed. But even from a mile away, you can sense cracks spanning the entire thing.
So there's a portal.
That's
These defenses are dropping.
For sure.
They're weakening at least.
You can almost feel something hitting it from the other side.
I'm just picturing
Is the
someone.
door part
how far
of
away is the?
The
The
door
ritual?
itself is not the gate.
It's not the gate, huh?
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh.
Hey.
The door with the 6 hands is not the gate.
So, unconsciousness?
How
That's
far
what we
is the
want to do.
rickshaw?
How far is the rickshaw?
Such a good way of asking if you can
Will
knock
you-
someone out.
The rickshaw is a day away.
Should
No,
we
we'll go
wait
2
for
or 3.
Would you rather?
2 or 3 away?
Yeah, 2 or 3 days away.
Would you rather me knock myself out so it's not like you?
I'd actually be interested to see if the the demon butler could be attuned.
It'd probably be easier.
Because in a sense
if
she's
I
already
knock
attuned.
myself
I
out.
imagine you can't have
So
it.
you want to do I'm not myself.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Wait, what?
The demon butler.
What is he attuned to?
Well, because all demons have some connection to the abyss still. To where they get
Arguably, when you also have a connection to the material plane.
So we want to wait for
in
them.
a lesser fashion, because like a demon literally can't be killed so long as it's on another plane of existence. It just pops back to the abyss.
So, are we going to wait for them to catch up?
Harp doesn't have time.
He doesn't have
We
to.
really should get in there.
I went to go see.
How fast can one of us get to the rickshaw?
So
Huh?
How fast can one of us get to the rickshaw? Like eat it for flying.
It's 2 days away. You could get there in like a day.
I don't know if we have that much time.
We go.
Yeah, we know.
Kale,
Do it.
you were worried about opening the door because you thought it might be connected to the portal. It's not.
I am.
Right, so what
Yeah.
I'm worried about is
Is there
it's
anyone
one
to
of
know
the
the ship?
defenses for the barrier.
On the rickshaw?
Yes.
So you think that if we open the door, it's gonna.
I think we
So,
might break a seal.
I'd
on
ask
it.
Saris that.
Wait, what?
If there's anyone in tune on the rickshaw.
The rickshaw is a massive tear in the fabric of order, and it's just moving.
Wait, what?
It sketches you out.
I am clearly sketchy.
You have a new perspective on a lot of things.
Right, so my thought would actually be to like fight them in the hallway.
Wait,
'Cause, like
there's a
if they can get through the door.
Terran order?
Huh?
There's a Terran order on the rickshaw.
It is the chair.
It's a massive tear. Although, in fairness, Coltan alone almost equals it.
Wow.
Dayon is huge.
Maybe we should kill him.
Like literally, or
No, like, he's a big
Dayon is huge.
Dayon draws about even with Eliza.
Oh. Wait, what does Eliza
Rip.
look like?
Eliza is another tear.
Oh,
You can rank the sizes.
okay.
Who's the smallest hair?
Who is the smallest tear? Finn.
Oh.
Finn is just almost more
He's
like a
just small
buzz.
and-
Wait, how did
most
he get
ways.
into the? Oh, he doesn't have a figure though.
He doesn't.
How can he be negative but be no threat?
Anything that is not part of the pattern is a tear.
Okay.
And thus a threat.
Okay. Everything is a threat. All of it. Fear everything.
Actually, so Fabian's crew is not.
Oh, what good lads.
Fabian Crew's not a Terran.
Fabian's crew is not a tear.
Except for Finn.
Oh, not anymore.
Yeah, and Fabian is the only one attuned among them. They can all sense the order. They've been here long enough.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Fat John.
Like how we gradually.
That being
grew
said,
to-
they tore a
Yeah.
lot of things before they got this far.
What beautiful tapestry.
You're a
It's
little bit
perfect.
mad.
I love how everyone reacted not to me throwing the bottle, but when the bottle hit the
I
ground.
never saw you throw it. It was just a noise.
I just screamed because everybody else screamed.
I must join the
I am a very tense.
Time unfolds in slow motion, and she sees everyone else's mouths open. Just like, yeah, I'll join you.
Alright, so are we going in there or not?
I think we should. So
You
I'm
wanna
on it
contact
for
Art
one. I'm
first?
ready to kill
So
stuff.
do we want to magically make way? Can I even be magically prepared?
I would agree to going in.
I think we should all go in.
Sarah's,
Can
what do
I
you know about the
even
security
fuck-
system?
Be
We're
put
talking about
asleep
the
by
security
magic.
system.
I literally
You made it.
I made it.
So
Alright.
what does it do?
I have no idea.
I cast a spell and it did stuff.
It was made to keep the unworthy out. Unworthy being. So,
Oh.
these people are really, really. They go after what Mother says with a very religious fervor. She never actually branded anyone a heretic but the Forsaken Son.
Huh.
But it was essentially meant to keep people who weren't supposed to be in there out of there.
Yeah.
Namely, the biggest gaps in the pattern.
Yeah.
That being said, you made it before you knew these people.
Oh.
Thanks.
There's no way to deactivate it.
Ah.
You want to know the crazy thing?
Yes.
A part of you foresaw yourself turning.
But you don't
So
figure.
they knew that you were going. You knew that you yourself was going to the prime material plane, and you didn't know how that would alter you. So as a precaution, you cannot turn off your own security system.
What?
Yeah,
I'm a stupid face.
That sounds like something you would do.
it feels justified.
Yeah.
It's pretty smart, all things
What?
considered.
Past
It is smart of
me.
yourself.
Past me is a
A stupid
Yeah.
face.
A
yes.
stupid head.
Deal with
Fucking
yourself.
If that helps, Nate, I rather like present you better than past you.
You didn't know past me, and you don't seem to like present me much either. So.
I don't have a big problem with present you. What?
Okay.
Circumstances arose.
Oh, Michelle is looking at the island.
Does he see anything?
So, a gray phantom appears.
Aw, baby.
Oh no.
A gray phantom.
All the rest of them are black.
Do you wait? Who is
Fight.
this?
Michelle,
What? He's not even. Do I see anything on him?
he has spent the vast majority of his life in the prime material, and you did not account for him at all in your plan.
So
So
what?
is he a terror?
He, by definition, is a terror because he's not prepared, but you could see him tipping either way. He could make or break this dimension.
So what's Michelle's shadow thing look like?
So, it's standing there wearing, well, leather armor. It's Gashel. And it's him, but far more grim. You come to associate Gashel, at least in part, with a smile on his face and the happy little things he says. Even when he's not talking, he lights up the room just that little bit.
Aw.
This one is stoic. It's grim. It looks at the world like it's assessing value and threat at the same time. And an expression you've only ever seen on one man. Coltan Greyward.
Is his father's son?
He's not.
So,
But he's not.
the crazy thing? This one is carrying Lorenzo Fouchette's sword by you.
You mean his dad's sword?
Yeah.
Oh.
Do we not? Okay, so we're not going to let him get his dad's sword anymore.
That's
No.
not exactly.
That's correlation, not causation.
Yeah.
Do you think
Actually-
that's smart?
Is it what?
Possible this form ended up how he was supposed to.
Huh?
I just had a thought, sorry.
Like maybe this is what would have happened if Cash had just been left to his own devices without any outside forces.
This is Cash without a few very important people in one important position.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
You said I can do Eldritch Blast.
You can.
Can I
Ew.
try it out on the Phantom?
Which one?
The one closest to me.
FYI, your range is like 920 feet.
You're gonna have to get in pretty close. Which is an option.
I mean, you could pick up like a level of Warlock and 2 levels of
Two.
Warlock.
How does Michelle feel?
Yeah, she can actually take levels in intelligence-based warlock now. I'm gonna have to make a subclass for you if you do, so warn me ahead of time, please.
Alright, so take him in or fight our way through?
I'd
So
rather not fight our way through personally.
I'm going to do that and just see what effect it has.
Okay, so you order the ship steered. Actually, no, you can't. That's a Fabian thing.
What?
Fabian can steer the ship with his mind,
Ew.
but he's more intimately connected to the ship than you are.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Would Coltan
So-
be able to steer the rickshaw then?
No, actually.
Oh.
The
It's
rickshaw
not-
has never been Coltan.
Yeah, it's not
It's
in a
chaos.
sense his ship.
It's
Just
drunk
drunk
babies.
Okay, so when you Eldritch Blast,
Why is it pointing to us?
as soon as you come in close, all of the phantoms kind of fade back and hide behind walls.
Bro!
Oh, look, we have the key.
Oh, wait, we could probably use that though. If they don't like coming next to you, we could just walk next to you.
I guess, right?
Yeah.
What?
We could use
Coltan
ourselves
shakes his
as
head.
shields.
They're waiting in ambush, not hiding.
Okay.
Oh, hello.
That's quite a bit different.
We can go
It's-
through the roof.
It's me, your mom.
They don't care about you.
Hey,
Would you like a
it's
biscuit?
me, your boy.
By the way, you did not design a Grey Phantom.
Oh, that's sketchy.
That is sketchy.
And you're not my son.
So, like,
I'm in such a weird mood tonight, guys. It's fine.
I think you get this way whenever you're super stressed about Ceres. You're a, I wish your face was in another dimension. Your face is stupid. You really just have a thing against Fabian's face.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
What are Fabian's thoughts about what to do? Because we know him and Coltan were arguing about what to do.
Fabian
Ideas.
rolls his head a little bit and goes, well, we need 6 people, right?
Yes.
So, what's the best way to prove your worthiness?
Kill yourself.
What? No.
Don't say that.
Huh?
Fight.
That is
What if
just
we-
the opposite of what I was
Are
Are
thinking.
you okay?
Destroy everything wrong with you.
So,
And he like looks down at the randoms and goes, I'm a little bit jealous.
Wait, what?
For good reason. Okay. That brings me much more confidence about your security system.
What?
Just kill your shadows, it's fine.
So, if these shadows fundamentally represent everything that's unworthy with you, Fabian's point of view is kill what's unworthy.
And that's how you prove your worthiness.
Yourself. Oh, you were onto something.
Sure, but
No, she was actually just making a suicide joke. This was an accident.
I have spell slots per day.
No, I had it all planned, all of it.
Okay. The dots aren't connected.
Back to now.
You shared that link with me, didn't you?
I don't think I did.
Okay,
I'm so
if you wanna
sorry.
share
I
that.
will.
How about I just like invite them to possess me and trap them in my soul?
You can try.
You can certainly
Don't
try. Hey there, demons.
It's me,
Boy.
your boy.
Yeah, boy.
Hey there, phantoms.
So you two want to fight your phantoms?
Fight them.
Fight your inner demons.
How am I supposed?
Coltan frowns.
Fabian, how would I kill what's
Your power wouldn't be
unworthy?
appreciated.
Fabian,
My inner demons are a bit more powerful.
Oh, you're so edgy.
That's
aren't
fair. I don't really want to fight your inner demons.
No one ever said you had to fight them, though.
Fabian, how would one kill?
I think I need this.
Coltan said that?
Mhm.
Right, so are we back to hasted Tyrannosaurus Rex?
We're going to knock ourselves out, if I remember.
But that poses. Wait, hold on. It could that.
Yes.
Would they recognize us if we changed form?
Yes.
Yeah, they
You
respond to
played
our
for
minds, not our
That's
physical.
okay.
You're trying to fool yourself, and your other you had a lot more time to think.
Oh, I highly doubt that.
So,
You're in a battle of wits with your past. This is cool.
Pass me, Isabel.
And we don't have to worry about your past, though.
I'm serious,
Like, I've had to
Fabian.
fight past me, like in real life. Oh my god.
Wait, so this is wait, what our phantoms were what again?
Your phantoms are everything that Mother deemed unworthy.
past me was a small child.
Yeah.
So, like, physically, I could.
Oh, mother, why?
So keep in
Yourself,
mind,
like,
even
drop
at this stage in your life, your greatest strength is not physicality. What were you capable of magically back then?
Big brain energy.
Brayden, but mother, why?
Huh?
Why was that unworthy? Or wait, oh,
Why was what unworthy?
why was my schizophrenia unworthy?
Wait, what?
Eh,
So you don't have a phantom, remember?
I know.
You just asked me like for a dark you.
That's true. That's true. Never mind.
Or a possibility where you did become unworthy.
But okay.
Fabian,
Evil Ceres is dope.
You like that?
Yeah.
Brayden,
You came close today. Did you see it?
What?
Remember? You had all the stars under your skin?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
thinking that ahead.
Brayden.
That's also why Kale panicked.
Yeah. She's wanting to talk to Fabian.
You want to talk to Fabian?
how would one kill what's unworthy?
I'd say a sword.
You would. That
I mean,
So I'm supposed to plunge a sword into myself.
Not
no,
you.
Other self.
your
That.
other self.
And he points to the
All right.
angel of
Like
shadow.
discarding the metaphor. Just stab it a lot.
I mean, it. Okay.
I'm not that dense, bitchy boy.
Just like best fairy,
You
stab it a
boy.
lot.
He's Kale.
Why is Kale the G boy?
Kale is
This
the
has been a
You've
thing.
never had kale?
It has. Oh,
Good
This
stuff.
has been a
don't even
thing
know what
since.
I don't know what Kale is.
He doesn't even know what kale is.
All he eats is Kool-Aid. It makes
That's
sense.
not wrong, but
Kool-Aid.
Please eat a vegetable. Please.
What are you guys playing today?
Huh?
What are you guys playing today?
D&D. Again.
Still D&D?
Yep.
We're very
We've
disturbed.
been
We
playing the
haven't-
same
they haven't
game for 5
left.
months.
We've just
We
been
just
here.
live here. This is our home now.
They haven't won yet. I'm waiting.
We just
Fabian,
manifest
would you be
once a week.
willing to launch me at that thing or get me close enough so I can get rid of
How about we eat
I
the
think if you
fighter?
step on the island, it'll find you.
it? Sounds good.
How long did you guys play today?
We've been here since
Sorry.
the...
Three?
so it's only 3 hours. It's not that bad.
Yeah, I mean, we're doing pretty decent.
We've had way worse days.
That's
Yeah, we
We
have.
played until like 10.
There were days we played for like 7 hours.
That
And
was
like
so-
accomplished like nothing.
Crazy day.
You figured a lot feel like happened too.
Right, do you want polymorph or do you want haste?
Wait, are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Why are you talking to me?
I told you I'm not that.
You literally tackled me.
That's what friends do for each other.
You were, to be fair, put this into context. You were the one that ran away,
He wasn't-
and then you attuned yourself, and then you flew away again like a jerk.
He wasn't sure you were still the person he liked.
Oh.
You gave us no explanation.
You are confusing.
I could
I
follow.
mean, that's also true.
While they've been having this discussion, Jaxlin's trying to launch herself onto the island.
Okay.
Yeet the
Make an
fighter.
intelligence check.
Time to 1v1 your phantom.
Oh,
So, I kind of want to see it.
sure, go ahead,
Alright.
go wild.
Are you gonna fight Man Spider?
Yes.
He's
Do
gonna
you
fight
want
the tiger.
backup?
Man spider.
This
Man
is something
spider.
we should have to do.
Maybe. We'll see. You think you can?
If
Do you want to call
Oh,
it me?
wait,
Well,
what?
because I can't do 2 concentration spells.
Right. So, oh.
Well,
right,
you have
so
darkness
do-
now.
I do have darkness.
I thought you liked
But
that.
like Tyrannosaurus Rex won't fit in 10 feet of darkness.
It's only 10 feet? I thought it was 20.
It's a 10-foot radius.
Oh, try. That's smaller
It's
than I thought.
really small.
Right, so. Yeah, I
Oh,
can.
I was Cloud Cloud is the
what
one.
kind of benefit?
Wait, so I'm
Oh.
gonna pull him off you or fight?
Like helping
either,
fight, I
really.
don't really know what would happen.
Nat 20.
With this? No, I was done.
If you polymorph him, he can't haste himself.
I can haste myself before. I don't lose concentration, do I?
That's true, but keep in mind it has a 1 minute duration.
Pretty good, I mean.
This is also true.
So polymorphing beforehand might not be the greatest idea.
So,
we have the
fight
time?
him.
Let's do the fighter then.
I've
Do you want to be a
Nat
fighter?
20. I've already launched myself.
She launched herself from a
Can I
catapult
turn
onto
her
the
into
island.
a T-Rex
No.
mid-flight? No. That'd be so cool. though.
You can fly after her.
I've got my sword drawn, so it's like
I'm just gonna shout, do you want to be a T-Rex?
Jaxlin ignores you.
Okay.
I'll take that as a no.
I guess that's me then.
Okay.
Invisibility.
Wait, what? Okay.
8 hours to this one.
And,
Greater or lesser?
Greater.
turn
Oh,
her
dear.
into a
Yeah.
T-Rex.
Can Jaxlin do
Oh no. That's-
So the ship like visibly sinks a little bit, and you just as Kale has finally found a form that fits his ego.
I'm going to
We're
like
gonna do it with the
use it like a skateboard and like
Wow.
paddle a little bit closer on the
You're
boat.
tilting the ship almost as much as Sessions rocks. That's impressive.
So keeping in mind you're the ship.
We're
The
What?
ship is 120 feet long. You're the width, not the length.
Yeah.
How big am I?
You're
I'm not
low.
huge.
I'm-
You're large. Oh, you are huge.
I am huge. That's what I was.
One goes on here.
I'm like large.
Maybe after this battle.
Incidentally, also CR8.
Let's just keep them alive for you.
Luckily for me,
I have
DM
actually
trouble.
a healing spell.
Huh?
Weird.
Okay.
Learn healing
I
spells.
have healing
Please.
spells, but like I've never had to use them.
I'm going to start going after Man Spider.
Okay, so Man Spider disappears.
So can Jaxlin like
Punk.
can Jaxlin go for a superhero landing with this?
You can. And I'm going to say that since you rolled a 20, we'll just carry it over.
It was
So-
a nat 20, so it'd be a 22.
Is everyone going to go on the island?
Yeah.
Kashella's going to catch. Oh no, Kayla's a T-Rex right now. Kashella's going to catch Sarah's.
Wait, what?
Or, sorry, Saoirse, I get the two of you mixed up when it's late and I'm tired. And he goes, should I come?
Coltan or Kashel?
Kashell, you guys can't stop Coltan.
Good, I want the Black Butcher here.
Both of them.
Yes.
It depends on you. The thing about having no destiny is you can write it yourself.
He's going to step onto the island. Have an
Welcome
inspiration.
aboard.
You can have like 2 inspiration, and you can have 2 inspiration.
By the
what?
way,
What?
good work saying what I would have said.
Did I?
Inspiration
Yeah.
for being next up.
You can have like 2 inspiration as well.
She's
One for the
maxed.
catapult.
Well, no, I
Oh.
need just one
What?
to max out.
Then you get it for swooning over heart.
What is the inspiration for? Or
You
just
attuned
honest?
yourself.
powerful thing love is.
Okay.
She did not swoon
That was
over
really in
her.
character. We were building up to that for a while.
You just like to tell you that you're pissing me.
Plan A.
One for the
Hey.
tech crunch.
So I'm pretty sure that I'm faster than it.
Huh?
The Drider?
Yeah, I'm going to chase it down.
Well, it's climbing over walls.
Sarah's even.
But if we split
These
the
walls
party
are twice as
like
tall
this,
as you
like,
are.
what if continents?
I've seen
You
people
do it
lives.
before we
Yeah.
step onto the island. Where
Huh.
you talk to Eden and you talk to Sarah.
Alright, all this.
I would say talk to
I'm gonna start heading over to where the
Becoming
gate
a
is.
Yeah. force it to meet you.
Smart to do it right
Yeah.
Oh, I never said you had to do it right now. but
Are you going to wait
I
for your
suggested
party?
it, But not right
No, I'm a T-Rex. They aren't even my hit points.
now. Or something in an hour.
Oh, that's disgusting.
It's like they have to wear down all 136 before they can even touch.
True. And your concentration saves aren't bad. So keep in mind you lose proficiency and you can't play song.
Oh, I know that.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to play a song.
But
That would be
you drop your
distinctly
armor
worse.
class by adding intelligence.
I presume Eden's coming with us anyway.
Who?
I would guess.
Eden coming with us, I presume?
Eden is going to take a little bit of a different route because she doesn't want to see the fighting.
Where's she going?
Huh? She's just going to fly around the back.
That's fair.
There's no gate on the back.
Oh, Finn returned to the ship. I thought you might want to know. He's alive.
Oh, yes.
He's not coming in now.
Yeah, I figured.
So what Kale would like to say is you guys should come on so I have something to attack. But he actually says,
I think he's enjoying this a little too much.
I start stomping around a little more.
Is that a dog?
He's gone mad with fire.
Wait, does
Have another
Crowley blink?
inspiration.
Yeah.
Have another inspiration.
Does Crowley blink onto the island with me?
Yeah.
You freaking better.
Crowley just teleports to your side whenever he's more than like 60 feet away and not distracted.
He freaking
Not distracted. Would he be
He
distracted?
chases a lot of things.
Would he
That
be
sounds-
distracted by the T-Rex?
He wants to know why the ground is shaking if he can't see it.
true.
I
This
love
is where
my
most
good boy.
intimidating things. I like making familiars. It's kind of fun.
I love my good boy.
Okay. So you guys go. So whack. But the island shifts around you a little bit. Whack. Yeah.
Don't trust this. I say with my 4 intelligence.
I need Jackie to come with me for a moment and roll her dice.
Oh no.
You're next.
Ah!
I can leave the T-Rex. I do
what?
need my notebook though.
I said, dude.
Did you want T-Rex stats?
I have it.
Okay, I need them too.
Dude, whack.
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 Discuss things amongst yourselves.
So, pudding.
You right?
Wow. Okay.
Very insightful, Kale.
I make insightful, invisible gestures with my tiny
Well,
hand.
what is this?
I don't know.
You grab the birthday cake one.
What is this?
Caramel.
What?
Why are you still eating it then?
So I took 4.
What's your point?
I have to finish what I started.
They're
You
good.
could have just given it to someone else.
You don't like them?
Here.
I thought they were the peanut ones. I feel deceived.
Oh.
That's fair.
Mostly
I prefer peanut butter over peanut.
I don't like peanut butter.
peanut butter. Oh.
They
You
had
like
peanut butter?
salt on your peanuts. That makes sense.
I sort of want to be attuned, partially because I feel like that will just give you big attack bonuses.
I want
But at the same time,
Do it.
other dimensions. And we also probably just don't have the time.
I want to fly, dude. That'd be pretty cool.
Flames.
I'm like, well, if Mother bred me to be combat ready,
Red you. Oh.
That
Well-
just makes me uncomfortable.
We heard the weird. It's like,
Wow, what a fun time.
Oh goodness. I don't have 4 intelligence, I have 2 intelligence.
Oh, that's
even better.
Dude! Do you remember where you are?
I have no idea.
Start shooting.
I don't know who I am
it's like
or
just
what I've
you
become.
turned into a, like
Yeah.
But all that I know is that I'm here to kill.
It's like you were gone for 3 hours.
Just gonna like start gnawing on one of
Sorry.
the buildings.
Is this food? Is this food? Dude. Are we supposed to be backing you guys up?
What?
Like, are we supposed to like back them up? Or
I mean, if you want to.
like, do we affect what happens? Like, if we step on, do they go?
I don't know.
I'm not actually
You
sure.
go?
I suspect that's what
That
happens.
if like because they didn't affect us, but like if we go onto the island while they're fighting, like does that sway?
They wouldn't be targeted to us.
Well, that's not what I'm worried about. Like, would it affect affect the combat essentially? Like if we were meat shields in a way, because they're not gonna hit us.
I mean,
It depends on how you define the security system. For all we know, those phantoms could go through any other piece of matter, and so they could stab through a meat shield and stab into the person they were actually trying to
You know,
kill.
that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Huh?
I'm okay with dying.
Oh, good.
Kind of learned all that I can learn at this point, right?
It was interesting what I heard from Raiden's lips a half hour before the session started.
What does that mean?
I'm not going to say anything else.
Logan, you can't just say those things.
I can.
Just leave them.
I can.
That's illegal. I would hope you know.
That's called pulling a DM of Raiden and
no.
Okay, I need Cyrus.
Oh no.
Okay, I hear it. And then it's so
The first 4 words you uttered through as you walked through the door. Oh no! Oh no!
I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
Okay, you might want to bring dice.
I'm not
Yeah,
ready.
you gotta be rolling.
What kind of dice?
A D20 should be all you need.
That's like the most terrifying
I've
statement.
become too attached to this game.
Hey, Jackie, say nothing.
No, I meant
Tell us
just
everything.
as in general, because like.
Yeah, just like tell them nothing
I am
about what
so
happened. Can you
attached
do
to
that?
this character. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Why would I tell them? That's metagaming.
It's true.
That's a no-no. It's a big
If I
no-no.
want to find out something, I gotta find out.
Oh gosh. Oh yeah, you can't hear me. So everybody be as noisy as possible.
Yeah, both of you to assume I can hear.
Amen.
I've been deaf for so long now. Thank you, headphones.
Amen to that.
So that darn economy.
That darn economy. Blast the government.
I know, and the lack thereof of both in this world.
Oranges, am I right?
I like oranges.
You hear about Pluto? That's messed up.
I know, right?
Dude, sad
This is wrong.
Pluto didn't deserve what he got.
I cry every time.
Pluto for president. 2020.
Maddie,
For the
did
planet.
I
Need to
tell
waste
you
some
the time
disasters.
when my icebreaker got mistaken for a pickup line?
Wow, I feel tense now.
maybe.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I was standing in line, and we had, you were it was weird.
Farewell life, we do thee well.
For class, we had to wait outside the classroom. We couldn't
The
just
next
come
one on the list
It was
is literally entitled
But
Music for the
I was talking
Anti-Hero.
about this guy, and well,
I want that music.
Can you send it on
I
the
turn
chat?
to this guy and I go, so that darn economy, and he goes, that's a pretty good one. I've heard one better, and then goes, you hear about Pluto? That's messed up. That is Burton Guster's pickup line.
Oh, that's right. Oh gosh.
So yeah,
Friggin' Burton. He
I love
went
that.
places
Aaron,
after with.
Oh no.
Oh, there's a lot of knowings.
Wait, who'd you say you killed her?
You.
Aaron.
Are we like going outside or
Yeah,
should I bring a
Aaron
scope?
and Harry.
Do you need a shock blanket?
Yeah, I need a shock
Do
blanket.
you also need
Yeah,
a D20?
I thought that you would have
I have a
to.
D20.
Okay. I was thinking about charming you. Okay.
You can tell when
I
it's
like
good, when it's a good session when your hand starts doing this.
Oh no, I've been shaking for 4 hours and I don't know what it's
Food.
What happened to make it like blood sugar?
No, like
I know what to do.
I,
Shock blanket.
I have dead man's blood pressure. I kid you
This was
not.
the only.
It's the ghost.
So,
This was the only option.
so my grandfather, it runs on my mom's side of the family with dead man's blood pressure. So he battled with cancer all of his life. That's what.
Yeah.
But so he was in the hospital at one point, and the machine starts going off, and so the nurses and doctors come
forgot that
in,
you were
crash
T-Rex.
part,
I love
all ready to go.
Sorry about
He's
that.
just sitting there in bed like, what? Like, what?
We need
My
more stressful
grandfather
music.
has dead man's blood
Oh.
pressure.
It's
The
literally
machine
called
went
How to
off.
Be a Villain.
Yeah, we need more
So
stressful
the
music.
nurses and
Like,
doctors
thick
come
horror.
rushing in with a crash cart, ready to to save him, and he's just sitting there in bed talking with his family casually.
That's amazing.
So yeah, this has happened so many times in my history. They turned, but no, I've got that too, and well, no, like one day I had to skip out on work because my blood pressure was so low.
You wanted creepy or
I would have fainted.
Ominous.
I would have gone face first into
Foreboding
the
like something
cookies.
bad is about to happen.
Ooh, evil music. Evil music?
Oh
No, foreboding.
no, I'm not ready.
I only fear taxes.
That's what's a good way to
Is it
disappear.
okay that we did this about Michelle?
I'll fill her in.
Picture of
It's sad.
Okay,
Michelle
we're
isn't
going to
happy
be
about
gone. I
this.
feel like
She-
we should
I know.
have stats.
It's Lisa's fault.
Who's gonna be gone?
We love Lisa.
Yeah.
Lisa, we love you dearly,
Yeah.
but
That's
Michelle
what I
is
was
mad
gonna
at
do.
you
Played on
because
Thursday,
this
so
is
that
like
wasn't
heavy
something
drop.
here.
God, I would have given you guys my character.
We've never had a
all
meeting.
myself.
That is true.
Nope, that's not right.
Oh, that's cool. What is that?
That's a displacer beast.
Oh, it's so cute.
I know, right?
Well, time to do some math.
It has so many legs. What is going on here?
Displacer beast.
Oh,
Yeah, I know,
wasn't
right?
that the one I
I
tried
know.
to convince you to
Yes.
let Jackson have?
And I said no, and you got a blink dog instead.
Okay, wait. Send it to you.
I feel like that's a suitable compromise.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm
I
not ready.
cannot feel my hands.
So,
Do you need a shock blanket?
No, it's good. I just
I already
realized.
threw one on her and it didn't work.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a ghost.
Okay.
Ooh, I'm a spooky ghost.
Oh my god.
okay, so. Alright. So, you guys walk through the abandoned hallways, surrounded by phantoms of souls that you've only briefly met. You see the worst in them, the unworthiness, things that were never meant to happen, cruelties brought about by the world. As you journey forward,
Oh,
yeah,
that's the
it's just a
T-Rex.
T-Rex.
Okay.
Going to ask you to stop. This is
Sorry.
okay.
Sarah, I'm going to have to ask you to stop.
What are you doing?
I never actually wrote down what my sunblade like numbers are. I have points that I don't remember.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to pay attention.
I'm paying attention.
Cool. So, you guys are propelled forward by the steps of destiny, by order laid out long before you were here. The true weight of the situation sinks in a little bit at a time. Each step brings you closer, and yes, the T-Rex is invisible, so you cannot see that. As you continue forward, you are separated from the rest of the party as the island evolves around you. New walls spring into place, built out of nothing more than light and crystal. Each of you sees something a little bit different, and then suddenly you're all side by side again. A voice echoes out. Every step forward, wading in blood.
Wait, do I recognize this voice?
Yeah, but I'll get to it after. Each step up on stairs of broken bones. A path where you burn every bridge merely to prevent escape. And it has all led you here. So tell me, Butcher of Black, Wolf of War, will you measure up to your legend? For paradise is a far better tomb than you deserve. The Black Butcher steps onto the raised dais before the door. And Coltan faces him down. Beside you, one phasing through the wall, another one climbing over it. A deft swipe is made at... Ah yes, that is perfect. A deft swipe is made at the T-Rex, and another swing is made at Eliza, who is not here.
Hit me. Not even my hit points.
It's gone mad with T-Rex.
A massive hooked spear lodges into the T-Rex's side and drags it into the wall.
That's fast.
Just like smashing it into the glass. And a voice calls out, "Run all you like, hide where you wish." And another one finishes as a massive scythe swings out from the crystal wall and nearly catches Eliza. But you forsook your gods, and they have not forgotten.
Yeah, I did. But it sounded more like.
Screw you, Drugger! Screw you!
I tried to flip him off with that.